Good day, everyone, and welcome to our webinar focused on the Odoo inventory module. In today's session, we are going to see how Odoo helps you manage and control all your stock operations in an easy and organized way. So, we'll wait for a moment to let a few more people to join and then we'll get started. Alright, so during this webinar, we'll walk through how Odoo improves your day-to-day warehouse activities from handling orders and deliveries to automating routine tasks. So by the end, you'll understand how Odoo 19 can make your entire inventory process faster, smoother and more efficient. So the inventory module, it plays a crucial role in ensuring smooth warehouse operations. So it provides complete visibility into product movements, it supports efficient stock handling, and it also helps business maintain accurate quantities at all time. So before I proceed, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Fiza and I'm working as a functional consultant at Cybrosys Technologies. So, Cybrosys Technologies is an ISO certified private limited company with a strong focus on delivering high quality software solutions to business across the globe. So, we specialize in Odoo ERP from customization and implementation to support services as well. Along with Odoo development, we also provide source code sales and offer custom software development tailored to the unique needs of different industries. And our team works closely with clients to understand their requirements and we deliver solutions that genuinely add value to their business operations. So, whether it's an end to end ERP implementation or specialized enhancement, we are dedicated in helping the organization achieve efficiency and digital growth. So, now before we get into the inventory module, let's take a quick look at why Odoo stands out as one of the most preferred ERP systems today. First, Odoo is an open source, that is, it means it's built on transparency, collaboration, and continuous innovation. And second, Odoo is a proven and trusted product with more than 12 million users worldwide. So it's widely adopted, tested across industries, and recognized for its stability and performance. So this global acceptance is a strong indicator of its quality and reliability. And the biggest advantage is that Odoo brings all your business operations onto one unified platform. Whether it's sales, inventory, accounting, HR, manufacturing, or marketing, Odoo helps you manage everything from a single system. And it's designed to be simple, efficient, and cost effective, making it a perfect fit for business that needs scalability without the high price tag of traditional ERPs. So let's begin by understanding what the inventory module in Odoo 19 brings to the table. So Odoo 19 makes managing stock much easier and smarter. So it gives you real-time updates, automates many tasks, and connects smoothly with other departments like sales, purchase, manufacturing, and accounting. So with features like automated workflows, clear product tracking, barcode support, and smart replenishment, businesses can avoid mistakes, speed up deliveries, and they can always keep the right amount of stock. So in short, Odoo 19 helps you manage your inventory faster, smarter, and with a better control. So let's quickly go through our agenda for today's session. So the goal of this webinar is to familiarize you with the inventory management capabilities available in Odoo 19. So we'll be discussing the key features, the latest improvements, and practical use cases that helps business streamline warehouse operations and maintain accurate stock levels. So throughout this session, we'll look at how Odoo enables better control over fulfillment workflow, supports automation, and ensures smooth end-to-end inventory management. So by the end of this webinar, you'll have a clear understanding of how Odoo 19 can enhance your overall warehouse efficiency. So these are the topics we'll be covering in this webinar today. So let's go through it one by one. Here's an introduction, that is good inventory control helps business avoid overstocking, stockouts, and unnecessary costs. So when stock is accurate and well managed, it directly improves profits and customer satisfaction. So Odoo 19 strengthens warehouse operations by simplifying daily tasks like receiving, storing, moving, and delivering products with less manual work and better accuracy. So the latest improvements help keep stock data clean, speed up operations, and increase automation. So you also get real-time visibility, so you can always know your exact stock levels and movements. So we'll be talking about the warehouse structure and different locations and routes in our warehouse. So Odoo 19 helps us to manage multiple warehouses easily, each with its own setup and workflow. Inside each warehouse, we can create a clear location structure from zones to racks and bins so that the products are well organized and easy to find. The system also supports different location types like internal storage, vendor locations, customer delivery points, and transit areas. And we can also set up product routes based on our process. So, like whether it's purchasing, manufacturing, make to order, or drop shipping. And Odoo also uses push and pull rules to automate our stock movements inside the warehouse. And we also have storage, put away, and removal strategies that ensure our products are stored and picked in the most efficient way. And all these stock movements are tracked in real time, giving us a full visibility across every warehouse and location. Next, we have the stock operations. So, Odoo gives us a clear and organized way to manage all stock movements. So, when products arrive, you can check quantities, store them to a right locations, and record lot or serial numbers if needed. For outgoing products, Odoo handles the full delivery process, so orders are picked correctly and sent on time. Stock reservation also happens automatically based on the availability, routes, or packaging, and it also reduces the manual work. Then we have the internal transfers, that is moving items between the warehouse or locations, and it can be also done quickly and very easily. And at every stage, Odoo shows us the real time updates so we can always know the status of the receipts, deliveries, and transfers across the warehouse. Next, we can look into the smart replenishment and the reordering rule that we can set up in Odoo 19 inventory. So, Odoo 19, it helps us to set minimum and maximum stock levels so the system can automatically trigger replenishment when quantities drop. It can instantly create purchase or manufacturing orders based on these rules, ensuring items arrive before stock runs out. And we can also apply replenishment rule across multiple locations and choose routes like buy, make to order, or manufacturing to match your workflow. And overall, these automated rules helps maintain balanced stock levels while preventing shortages and excess inventory. Next, we have the traceability. That is, we can trace our stock with the lot and serial numbers, and also we can set up expiration dates. So it lets us to assign and track the lot or serial numbers during receipts, manufacturing, and deliveries. And we can also monitor product expiration so businesses can follow FIFO and avoid selling expired items. With this, we can quickly trace products backward to the supplier or forward to the customers during audits or recalls. And overall, it strengthens quality control and gives full visibility of a product's life cycle. And next, we have the put away rules. That is, put away rules automatically decide where incoming products should be stored based on the product or its category. So, this removes guesswork and keeps the warehouse organized. And Odoo also supports FIFO, LIFO, and FIFO, helping businesses follow the right stock rotation method and avoid issues like overstocking or expired products. So these strategies helps maximize space, reduce manual decisions, or improve our picking accuracy. And we can also apply rules at the warehouse location or product level for flexible control. So overall, it can enhance our traceability and ensures products are stored and rotated correctly. Next, we have the inventory adjustments and cyclic counts. So, with inventory adjustments, we can correct quantities in real time, run manual or automated adjustment sessions, and perform cyclic counts for specific locations or products. So, the system highlights discrepancies between expected and actual quantities, and it lets us assign counting tasks to improve the accuracy. So the barcode scanning speeds up the process and reduces errors while all corrections are logged for full auditability. And next we have the reporting and the inventory valuation. So Odoo 19 provides powerful reporting and valuation tools to monitor stock levels and financial impact in real time. So we can get dashboards to analyze turnover, lead times, and aging, along with detailed reports for receipts, deliveries, adjustments, and transfers. So the system supports standard average costing and first in first out valuation methods, and it can automatically create accounting entries for real time valuation. And this also ensures accurate COGS tracking and clear audit trials through valuation layers, helping maintain reliable financial and inventory data. So next we have the integration with the sales, purchase, and accounting module. That is, the stock levels update automatically while sales orders are confirmed or delivered, and purchase orders generate incoming shipments to replenish inventory. So the quotations, deliveries, and invoices, it stays fully synchronized in real time, while COGS and valuation entries are posted directly to accounting. So this creates a streamlined flow from order creation to fulfillment and billing, and it also helps prevent stockouts through demand based purchase triggers. So now let's go to the Odoo database, demo database, and let's see how it works. So this is the Odoo database, and from here let's go to the inventory module. So we have the inventory module over here, and in the inventory modules dashboard we'll be able to get a quick overview of the different warehouse operations that is being carried out in our company. So we have the operations like the receipts, delivery orders, manufacturing, POS orders, etc. And for each warehouse operation, we can view its little details like there are 4 late receipts. There are total of 6 receipt operations, and then we have 5 to receive. That is, when we go into the 5 to receive, we will be able to view all of the receipt operations that needs to be validated, since those are in the ready state. So like that, for each warehouse operations, we'll be able to view the operations that is being carried out under the warehouse operation. So next, we know one of the most important thing in our inventory is the warehouse. So it is because it is the central place where products are stored, organized, and tracked. So it helps businesses know what stock they have, where it is kept, and where to move it, ensuring smooth receiving, storage, and delivery of the products. So in Odoo, we'll be able to manage warehouse very easily from our inventory module. That is under the configuration. We have the warehouse management, and under warehouse management, we have the warehouses. So under warehouse management, we also have more options which we'll get once we have enabled the multi-step routes and storage location from our configuration settings. So let me search for our warehouse, and we have the storage locations and multi-step routes over here. So I've enabled it, and make sure to save it. So once we have saved that, under the configuration warehouse management, we'll be able to view more options like the locations, put away rules, etc. So I'm going into the warehouse. So currently we are managing only one warehouse in our company. So that has been listed over here, and when we get into it, we'll be able to view the warehouse configurations. So we have the warehouse name over here, then we have the short name that we have provided for the warehouse, and under the warehouse configuration we have the shipments and the resupply for that warehouse. So under the shipment, we have the incoming shipments in 1 step, 2 step, and 3 step, and also we have the outgoing shipments in 1 step, 2 step, and 3 steps. For the incoming shipments, that is when we have created a purchase order and when we are trying to receive the product, and if we have set the incoming shipment in 1 step, the product will be directly received to our stock. That is, in 1 step, the product will be taken into our stock, and in 2 step, the product is taken into an input location first, and from that location it is transferred to our stock. That is, it happens in 2 step. And next, for the 3 step, the product is taken into an input location, and then we'll take the product to a quality control location, and after that the product is taken into the stock. That is, we are receiving the product in 3 steps. Similarly, for the outgoing shipments, for the 1 step, we are directly delivering the product from our stock to the customer's location, and if you are setting it as 2 step, we pick the product from our stock first, and then after picking, we deliver the product to the customer. And for the 3 steps, we first pick the product from the stock, then pack the, then it is taken into a pack location, and from that location, the product is taken to the customer. That is, the delivery happens in 3 steps. So I'm going to show a demo of the 3-step incoming and outgoing shipments. So I'm setting the incoming shipments and outgoing shipments into 3 steps. Let me save this. And first, for showing the incoming shipments, I'm going to purchase module. So from the purchase module, I'll be creating a purchase order, and for that order, I'll be receiving the product in 3 steps. So let me go to the purchase order. So here we have the purchase module, and from here I'm going to create a new RFQ. Let me add the vendor, that is, we are going to receive the product from this vendor, and I need a product called customizable desk. I need one quantity for $300. So I'm going to confirm this RFQ, which converts this RFQ into a purchase order. And now let me click on this receive, or else we can go to the receipt from the smart tab over here. So here we have the receipt that has been created for the purchase order. Either we'll be able to manage the receipt directly from this purchase module, or else we can manage the receipt from the inventory module. So here we have the purchase order reference number as P000115. So I'm going to the inventory module, and we have the receipt over here. So that receipt will be created, we'll be able to manage the receipt created for that purchase order from the inventory module as well. So I'm going to click on this 6 to receive, and we have the order over here. So since this receipt has been generated for that purchase order, we'll be able to see the source document over here as P00015. So let me take that, and over here we'll be able to view the order. Receipt. So here we can view the operation type. That is, this is our warehouse name, that is your company, and this is the operation that is being carried out, which is receipts. And then we have the destination location. That is, since we have given the incoming shipments as 3 step, the product is first received to a input location. So this is WH is a short name for the warehouse, and input is the location. So we are receiving the product to an input location. So I'm going to validate this transfer first. And since we have 3 steps, next transfer is generated, and we'll be able to go to the next transfer from this smart tab. And next we are going to take the product from the input location to the quality control. So I'm going to validate this transfer as well. And next one more transfer is created. That is, we have to take the product from our quality control location to our destination location, which is WH stock. So I'm going to validate this as well. So like this, we can receive the product in 3 steps if we are given the incoming shipments as 3 steps. Next, let me show you how we can deliver the product in 3 steps. For that, let me go to the sales module. I'm going to create a new new quotation. So I'm adding the customer, and let me add the product black embroidered shirt or t-shirt. I'm confirming it. I need the one product, and I'm going to set the unit price has been set as $25. I'm going to confirm this, and we can see the delivery has been generated. So first, similarly, we can manage the delivery from the sales module from here itself, or else we can manage the delivery from the inventory module. So let me go to the inventory module. So we have keep this sale order reference number in mind, that is 26, and I'm going back to the inventory. And since it is in 3 steps, first we have to pick the product from our stock. So here under the pick operation, we can see 1 to process, and we have the pick operation over here. So we have the source document over here, that is 26, and we'll be able to see the source location as WH stock. That is, we are going to take the product from our stock, and it has reached the packing zone first. So from the, we are going to validate this transfer first. So this is in the ready state and I'm going to validate the transfer, and we can see the next transfer has been created. And the next transfer says the product is taken from the packing zone to the output location. So I'm going to validate this as well. And one more transfer has been created, that is from the output location, you are going to deliver the product to the customers with this operation delivery orders. So I'm going to validate this as well. So like this, we'll be able to manage the incoming and outgoing shipments in three steps. So let me go back to the warehouse, and under the warehouse, I'm going to set the incoming and outgoing shipment to one step itself. Next, under the resupply, we have the manufacture to resupply. That is, if you want the product that has been manufactured to be taken into the stock of this warehouse, we can enable this, and we can also manage the manufacturing 1 step, 2 step and 3 steps. And then we have the buy to resupply. That is, if we need the products that has been bought to deliver to this warehouse, we have to enable this. So this is how we can manage the warehouse and its configuration. So let's say, for example, imagine our business is growing and we have orders increasing, and we need one more warehouse. That is, one warehouse is no longer enough to handle all of our stocks in operation. So we need one more warehouse. So to create, so we have put up one more warehouse, and we need to add it into our system as well. So for that, let's go to the warehouse and we'll be able to create a new warehouse from here. So we have the new button. So let's click on new warehouse, and I'm going to name it as warehouse 2. Okay. I'm going to change the name to warehouse 2, and I'm giving the short name for this warehouse as W2. Let the incoming shipments be set as 1 step and outgoing shipment as 2 step. And I'm going to save this. So over here now we have 2 warehouses. So for the first warehouse, we'll be able to see that resupply from field has been has appeared. That is, if we have enabled this resupply from warehouse 2, whenever the product is not there in this warehouse, that is, whenever we are trying to deliver a product and we are checking the stock of this warehouse, and if it is not available, we can ask the system to resupply the product from the second warehouse. That is, if the product is available in the second warehouse, if you have enabled this resupply from second warehouse, the product will be automatically taken from the second warehouse to the first warehouse, and from there it can be delivered to the customer. That is, it can be fulfilled without any delay or anything. So I have set the resupply from warehouse 2 over here, and I'm going to save this. So for example, let's say we are going to add a new product to our company, that is speaker. So we are going to sell speakers as well from now on, and we need to store speakers to our warehouse. So we are planning to store speakers to our second warehouse. So I'm going to the products, and in the products I'm going to add a new product, that is speaker. So I'm going to add 20 speakers to our warehouse, new warehouse. So click on new, and I'm going to select the warehouse from here. So that is W2 stock. So the product 20 quantities of speaker. I'm going to store 20 quantities of speakers to our W2 stock. And let's say before that we have to set the route resupply route for my product. So let's go back to the products. I'm going to the products, and let me go to speakers. So under the inventory module, we'll be able to view the routes, that is your company supply product from warehouse 2. That is, the route for this product speaker is to resupply the product from a warehouse 2 to your company warehouse. So I'm going to set this route, and also we need the route make to order, that is MTO route as well. That so that the product will be taken from, whenever the product is in demand, the product will be resupplied from warehouse to your company warehouse. So let me go to the inventory module. Under the configuration settings, we have the replenish on order MTO. So I'm going to enable this and I'm going to save this. Once we enable, let's go to the routes over here, and we have the routes, and we have to make sure that the route is applicable on products. So we have to make sure this products has been enabled. So once this has been enabled, we can go to the products, and I'm going to search for the product speaker and going to the speaker, and under the inventory, I'm going to set replenish on order as well. So let me save this. Okay. So let's create a sale order for this product speaker and see how it is delivered to the customer. So I'm going to the sales module and let me click on new. I'm going to create a quotation for the customer Abigail Peterson for the product speaker. So he needs 10 speakers and I'm setting the unit price as 10. And over here, we are going to create, we are going to try to deliver this product from our warehouse, your company. So let me confirm this, and once we confirm the delivery, we can, confirm the quotation, we can see that the delivery smart tab has been created and it shows 3 transfers. That is, we have tried to deliver the product from our warehouse, your company, and in that warehouse, we have not set any quantities for the product. So the product has to be transferred from our second warehouse to the first warehouse. That is, the product needs to be resupplied from the second warehouse to the first warehouse, since we have set the route for the product as resupply from the second warehouse. So in the transfers, we can see that the 3 transfers has been created. That is, first transfer is to transfer the product from our W2 stock to the inter-warehouse transit, and that transfer is in the ready state. And next, we have to transfer the product from the transit location to the WH stock, and from the WH stock, the product can be transferred to the customers. So let me first validate the transfer from the W2 stock to the inter-warehouse transit. And when we have validated this, we can see that the second transfer, that is from the transit location to the WH stock, that transfer has become ready. And we can validate this. And next we have the transfer to send the products to the customers from our stock. So let's get into the transfer and validate. So this is how the product can be resupplied from our warehouse, from our second warehouse to the first warehouse, and then the product can be transferred to the customers. So that's about the warehouses. And next let's go to the inventory module, configuration, warehouse. So that's how this resupply from warehouse works. And next we have the routes for the warehouse. So we'll be able to set different routes and rules for the warehouse with which the warehouse operates. So with all these routes and rules, the warehouse will be operating. That is, the product will be delivered. The product is received based on these rules. So we'll be looking at it later. So next, let's go to the operation types. So these are different operation types that currently we manage in our company. So for each warehouse that we have set up, we have default default operations such as receipts, internal transfers, delivery orders, manufacturing, and POS orders. And in the operation, so let's get into the receipt of the warehouse. And for this for the operation, we have different operation types with which we can create a new operation. That is, we have the receipt, that is to to receive the products from vendors to our location. Next, we have the delivery operation types with which we'll be able to send the products to our customers from our stock. Next, we have the internal transfer. That is, if we need to transfer products internally, like from a warehouse location to a warehouse location. That is, we have a shelf 1 and shelf 2 in our warehouse, and we need to transfer the product from shelf 1 to shelf 2. We'll be able to use this internal transfer. Next, we have the manufacturing, which is used for the manufacturing of our company. I mean, manufacturing of the products in our company. So next, we can set the sequence prefix for the operation type. So for receipts, we have set the sequence prefix as IN. That is, whenever a receipt operation is created and a sequence is generated, the prefix will be in IN. And next, we have the warehouse for which this operation type has been created. And next, we can set the barcode for this operation type. And also the company, the returns type. That is, for this receipt operation type, we have set the returns as delivery orders. So basically, the return type is delivery. That is, when we receive the product and if we need to return the product back to the vendor, that is a delivery. You're delivering it back to them. And next, we have the create back order. So back order basically means whenever a product is not on hand at that particular moment, we we fulfill the operation partially, and the rest of the products can be sent later when the stock is available. That is back order. So for the back order, we can set if we need to ask while creating the back order, or the back order is always created, or else the back order is never created for this operation type. So we can set that. And next, we can set the card color. That is when this operation is seen in the overview of the inventory module. So the card color can be configured over here. And next, we have the lot and serial numbers. That is, lot and serial numbers are used to track the products. So whenever the product is received to our stock, if you are setting the lot or serial number to the product, it has to be created, or else we will be able to use existing ones. That can be configured over here. And the locations, that is, for this operation type, we can set the source location and the destination location. So for receipts, we have set the source location as vendor's location, and we have set the destination location as our location, that is WH stock. And then let me go to we have set the create back order as ask over here, and I've also added the lot and serial number as create new and use existing ones. That is, we will be able to create new lot and serial number while receiving, and also we can use existing ones also. So to show this, let me create a new product. I'm going to the products and let me click on new. And let's say I'm adding a product called book. Okay. And I'm setting the track inventory for this product as, let's say, by lots. And I've set the product as by lots. And then here, while creating a product, we can set the product type. That is, whether it is a goods, service, or combo. That is, whether we are trying to create the product as a storable or if we are trying to create the product as a storable or consumable product, we can set it as goods. And from that itself, if it is a storable product, we can enable this track inventory option, so that the product is created as a storable product. Or else, if the inventory need not be tracked, we can just disable this. Or if the product is created as service, we can set the product as service. Or else, if it is created as combo, we can set it as combo product. Now, I'm going to the products, and under the products, we have the lot and serial numbers. So I'm going to I'm going to reserve a lot and serial number for this product. So let me add the lot as LT. Okay, 1. So this is the first lot for the product book. So I'm adding the product book over here. And let me save this. So we have reserved a lot and serial number for this product book. And now let me go to the operations and receipts. So I'm going to receive the product. So this is the receipt operation that we have configured over there in the operation types. So I'm going to receive the product from the vendor Azure Interior, and let me add the product. So I've added the product, and we need 10 quantities of book. So let me click on mark as to do, and in the details we can see that we need to add the lot and serial number for the product. So when we try to validate this, we'll see an invalid operation error, that is this product has to be traced by the lot number, since we have given the track inventory for this product as lot number. So we must apply the lot number first before receiving the product. So since we have given the lot and serial number as create new as well as use existing ones, we'll be able to use this existing lot number that we have reserved for this product over here, and also we'll be able to create new lot number from here. So we can also create a new lot number from here. So let's say I need to receive the product to a separate lot, that is BK2. So from here we can create the lot number as well. So let's say I'm adding only 5 quantities to this lot. Let's say I'm adding 3 quantities to this lot, and then I'm going to select the BK1 as to store the other 3 quantity. And let's say I need to generate a lot number. So that is sorry. I'm just going to delete this, and let's say we have the generate serial or a lot over here. So I need to show you that. So I'm going to give the LT1, and quantity per lot, I'm setting the quantity per lot as 5, and the quantity received is 10. So let's generate. So when we generate, we can see that the 2 lot numbers are created, and 5 quantities are added to each lot. And let me see this. So like this, we'll be able to create new lot numbers from here, or else we can use existing lots as per what we have given in the operation type over there. So I'm going to validate this. And next, we have also set in the operation types receipts that we need to ask while creating a back order. So I'm going back to the purchase order, and when creating a new purchase order, I'm adding the vendor, and I'm going to set the, let's say I'm going getting a product book, the same product, and I needed 20 quantities of book. Sorry, I'm setting the unit price as 10 and confirm order. So while receiving, to add the lot number, so I'm going to set an existing lot over here, and I'm going to save this, and while receiving, I'm going to set the quantities as 10. Due to some reason, we are receiving only 10 quantities right now. That is maybe the vendor doesn't have the enough quantities. So while trying to validate, we'll get an dialog box over here, since we have provided ask over there. That is they ask us whether we have to create the back order for the rest of the quantities. That is, you have processed less quantity than the initial demand. So if we need to create a back order, if we expect to process the remaining products later. So if we need to create, we can click on create back order, or else we can create no back order. So I'm going to create a back order. So once the back order has been created, we can see 2 receipts over there. That is one for the done operation, and the next for the back order. So when the products are available, we can receive the rest of the quantities. So for this also, we need to apply the serial number, lot number. Save and validate. So this is how we can manage the back orders for the operation type receipts. And let me go back to the inventory, and next we have the operation types deliveries. So in the deliveries, we can see the reservation method at confirmation manually and before scheduled date. That is, when a sale order has been created for 10 quantities, and if we have set the confirmation as at confirmation, the 10 quantities of the products will be reserved for that sale order as soon as we confirm the sale order. That is at confirmation, and in the manually, we have to manually reserve the quantities for that sale order. And if we have given the before schedule date, we can set a number of days before the products need to be reserved for that sale order. So for now, I'm setting it as at confirmation. So let me go to the products, and I'm going to create a new product pen. And let's set the quantity on hand. I'm adding 20 quantities of product to the location WX stock. So here we can see the reserved quantity right now is 0. And now let me go to the sales module. So in the sales module, I'm going to create a quotation for the customer lights up for the product pen. And I'm going to add 10 quantities of the product. So here we have added the 10 quantities of product, and let me confirm the quotation. So since we have provided on confirmation itself, we'll be able to since we have provided the reservation at confirmation itself, we'll be able to see that 10 quantities has been reserved over here. 10 quantity of this product has been reserved at confirmation of that sale order itself. That is the use of the reservation method at confirmation. That is, as soon as we have confirmed the sale order, 10 quantities of that product has been reserved, and it will not be able to use. We won't be able to use it for any other sale order or any other purpose, since it has been reserved. So that is the use of the sale order, reservation at confirmation. And going back to the inventory, we can also set the delivery. So let me go to the delivery orders, and if we have set the reservation method as manually, so let me save this, and I'm going back to the sale order and new. Let's add the customer, and I'm going to add the product pen, the same product, and I'm going to set the product quantity as 3. And let me confirm this product. And when we go to the quantity of the product, we can see that although the sale order has been confirmed for the 3 quantities, the reserved quantity is still showing 10 quantities. That is, the 3 quantities has not been reserved, since we have set the reservation for that reservation for the delivery orders as manually. So now the product quantities has not been reserved at confirmation. So to reserve the quantities for this sale order, we have to go to the delivery, and we have the check availability button over here. So when we click on this, the product quantities will be reserved for this sale, and we'll be able to validate it. So that is the use of the reservation method manually. And let me go back, and in the confirmation we have the before schedule date. That is, for this reservation method, the product quantities will be only reserved before it will only be reserved according to the days we have set over here. So that is how this reservation method works. And next we have seen the lot and sale numbers, how that works. And next operation type we have is the internal transfers. So as said, internal transfers are used to transfer the products within warehouse locations. That is, if we have 2 locations such as shelf 1 and shelf 2 in our warehouse, we need to transfer the product, we can use this internal transfer. So under the operations, we have the internal over here. So we have already seen the receipts and deliveries, and in the internal we can create new internal transfer. So we can set a contact who needs to take care of this internal transfer, and we'll be able to set the source location. So let's say I'm going to transfer a product from the source location WH stock to a different location. That is, either the location can be from the same warehouse, or the location can be from the same warehouse, from the same company in different warehouse. So let's say I need to transfer a product from WH stock to the W2 stock, and I'm going to add the product, customizable desk, 5 quantities, and I'm going to validate the product. So the transfer has been validated, and in the moves you'll be able to see the product has been picked from WH stock and it has been transferred to W2 stock. This is an internal transfer that has been carried out in our between our two warehouses. So next, let's talk about the locations in the warehouse. So warehouse will have multiple locations, like we'll have different shelves, different racks, etc. So for that, we have to manage those different locations in the warehouse. So for that, in Odoo, we have the locations option, where we'll be able to manage all of the locations that we are currently handling in our warehouse. So here we have different locations such as WH stock, WH stock, shelf 1, shelf 2, etc. So let's get into WH stock. We can see that we'll be able to provide the location a name, and we can also set a parent location. That is, if this location comes under a certain location or anything, we'll be able to set that parent location over here. That is, let's say we have shelf 1 as a sub location for this WH stock. So we can set the location name as shelf 1, and then we can provide the parent location as WH stock, so that shelf 1 is considered as a sub location for WH stock. Then we have that location type. So we have different location types, such as we can create vendor location, we can set virtual locations, we have the internal location. So here we can see the WH stock is given as the internal location. That is, this location is inside our warehouse. So it is an internal location of our warehouse. And next we can set the customer location. Next we can also create locations with location type set as inventory loss. That is, such locations can be used to manage scrap products, etc. So if we are making any scrap orders, of if we are putting the products to scrap and all, or we can use this inventory loss location. Next we have the production location that we use for manufacturing, and then we have the transit location. So it is a temporary place where the products are while moving from one location to another. So when the products are moved from, let's say we are transferring our product from our warehouse A to warehouse B, so temporarily the product will pass through this transit location. So the product can be taken from the warehouse A to the transit location, and then from that transit location it can be taken to warehouse B. So such locations can be set to the location type transit location. And then if you want to set a category for this location, we can set the category over here. So these are different categories, and we can create different storage categories under the configuration. We have storage categories. So we'll be talking about that later. And we will be able to set the storage category over here. So we have high frequency, low frequency, medium frequency, etc. That is, high frequency means the location is accessed very frequently. That is, the products are continuously taken out or put in the stock frequently. And then we have the low frequency, where it is accessed not that much, but it is accessed. And then we have the medium frequency. And also we have set the size for each category, such as big, small, like that. So so to specify the category of the location, we can set the storage category under this location. And then we can set the company, and we have the barcode for the location. And if this location is available, that is, if we can make replenishments to this location, that is, if the product is out of stock in the location and we have to replenish the product to the stock, we can enable this replenishment. And then we have the cyclic counting. That is, if we need to manually count the number of stock, number of products in this specific location, we can set the inventory frequency over here for the cyclic counting. That is, if we have set, let's say I'm going to set the inventory frequency as 10 days. That is, in the interval of 10 days, a cyclic accounting will be made, accounting will be done in this location. That is, the number of products, the stock and all will be counted in the location. So we can see that the last inventory is today, that is December 26, and the next the next expected inventory is after 10 days. So that is January 5th, since we have set the inventory frequency as 10 days. And next we have the removal strategy. So removal strategy basically decides which stock is to pick first from the location. That is, in which order or in which manner the product should be removed from a stock can be configured over here in the removal strategy. So we have the first in, first out. We have 5 removal strategies. That is first in, first out, which takes out the stock which has been first taken in. That is, the products that were taken into the stock first is taken out first for delivery. That is first in, first out. Then we have the last in, first out, which means the most recently received stock is picked first. That is, the products which were taken last into the stock is taken out first. And then we have the closest location. That is, let's say we have 2 sub locations for this stock, that is shelf 1 and shelf 2. So on the basis of alphanumeric naming, shelf 1 is considered as the closest location to the stock. So if we have products both in shelf 1 and shelf 2, and if you have set the removal strategy as closest location, the product will be taken out from shelf 1 since it is the closest location to the stock. So next we have the least packages removal strategy. So the least packages selects packages closest to the demand, and it minimizes the number of packages we have to pull from. That is, for example, let's say we have 2 packets of pen. So the first pack contains 10 quantities of pen. It is a pack of 10 quantities, and next we have a pack of 20. And if you have received a sale order for 15 quantities of pen, instead of taking the first 10 quantities from the first pack and then opening the second pack to take the remaining 5 quantities, least packaging removal strategy takes the entire 15 products from the pack of 20, so that it minimizes the number of packages that we have to pull from. So in this example, we have to pull the pack quantities only from one package which contained the complete 20 quantities. So that is the least packages. And next we have the first expiry, first out. So to get the removal strategy for FIFO over here, we have to first make sure that from the configuration settings we have enabled the expiration dates. So when we have enabled the expiration dates, we'll be able to access this removal strategy, first expiry, first out. So the first expiry, first out is used when we have to remove the products that is going to expire first. So it is the removal strategy FIFO is used in such cases. So, and also for this location, if we have set any put away rules, that will be shown over here. Since no put away rules are created for this location, we have none. And all the products that are stored in this location can be viewed over here. So these are the products that is stored in this WH stock location. So now let's check the removal strategy. So I'm going to set the removal strategy for this WH stock location as first in, first out, and let me save this. And I'm going to create a product called let's say removed. I'm going to create a product removed, and I'm going to set the track inventory by unique serial number, so that we'll be able to understand the products that has been removed, which products has been removed when we are tracking it by unique serial numbers. and I'm going to set the sales price of this product as 100. Let the cost price be 45. So I've created the product over here, and now I'm going to the operations and receipts. So I'm going to receive the product remote. So let me click on new, and let me give I'm going to receive the product from Anita Oliver. And you can see that the operation type has been set to receipts, and the destination location is WH stock, to which we have set the removal strategy as first in, first out. And I'm going to add the product remote over here. And let me click on, I'm going to add the demand also. So I'm going to ask for 30, and I'm setting mark as to do. And in the details, we'll be able to see that we have to generate the serial numbers for the product so that we'll be able to receive the product without any problem. So I'm going to click on generate serial numbers, and let the serial number be SNRE1. So this is the first serial number, that is SNRE1, and I'm going to generate. So we can see that the serial numbers has been generated for this product, and let me save this. So once the serial number has been provided, let's click on validate to validate the receipt of this product. So again, I'm going to create one more reception for this product. That is, I'm going to receive the product from Abigail Peterson, and I'm going to add the product remote. And I'm going to receive a 20 quantities of remote, and let me click on mark as to do in details. And in the details, let me generate the serial numbers. Let's say SNRE 00041. Okay. So these are the serial numbers I have generated for the 20 quantities of product I'm receiving second. And let me save this and validate. So here I have received the product, and in the traceability, since we have applied the serial number, we'll be able to trace the product. That is, we can know the product name, the date, the lot and serial number, from whom we have received the product and to where we have received the product, and the number of quantities. So I have received the product, and let me create a delivery for this product. That is, we will be able to see how the products are removed from the stock. So we have set the removal strategy as first in, first out. So I'm going to add the delivery address as your interior, and I'm going to add the product remote. And let's say I need 20 quantities of that product. So let's click on mark as to do. And in the details, we'll be able to see that the product that has been removed is the product that were taken in first. That is with the serial number SNRE1. So this is how the first in, first out removal strategy works. So here we can see the products which were taken in the stock first, into the stock first, are taken out first. So let me save this, and I'm going to validate. So this is how the first in, first out removal strategy works. And let's go to the location WH stock, and I'm going to change the removal strategy to last in, first out. And I'm going back to the operate, and I've saved it manually, and I'm going back to the deliveries, and I'm going to create a new delivery. So let me add the delivery address as Amy Watson, and we have the operation type delivery orders, and the source location has been set as WH stock by default for this operation. And let me add the product, and I'm going to set the demand for the product as 30 quantities. So when we click on mark as to do, we have the details over here. So we can see that the product that are removed first now is the product which were taken last. So this SNRE060 is the product that was taken last to the stock, and since we have set the removal strategy as last in, first out, the products which was taken to stock last are taken out first. So this is how the second removal strategy, that is last in, first out, works. So let's save this and validate. And next in the warehouse, next in the locations, we have the removal strategy, that is closest location. So let me save this. So for this location WH stock, we have two sub locations, that is WH stock shelf 1 and WH stock shelf 2. Let's say we have a product called cup in both the shelf 1 and shelf 2, and we are trying to create a delivery order. The product from the shelf 1 will be taken first, since we have set the removal strategy as closest location. So let me go to the products first, and I'm going to click on new to create a new product. So let the product's name be cup, and I'm setting the track inventory by quantity, and I'm going to add quantities for this product. So in the location WH stock shelf 1, I need the 20 quantities of cup, and I'm also going to add the product to shelf 2 as well, and in the shelf 2 I have 30 quantities of the product. So in both the locations I have the products available, and let me go back. Okay, and I'm going to the operations and deliveries, and I'll be creating a new delivery, and I'm going to add the delivery address Anita Oliver, and I'm going to add the product cup. So by default, for the operation type delivery orders, we have set the source location as WH stock. And since the product is not available in WH stock and it is available in both the sub locations of WH stock, that is shelf 1 and shelf 2, the product will be taken from there. So since we have set the removal strategy for the WH stock as closest location, it will be taking the product from shelf 1 first, because by alphanumeric on the alphanumeric basis the closest locations are determined, and shelf 1 will be the closest location of this WH stock. So I'm adding the product 10 quantities, and let me validate it. So once we have validated the transfer, and in the details we'll be able to see that the product has been taken from shelf 1, since the shelf 1 is the closest location to WH stock. Next, under the configuration, let's go to the locations, and in the locations let's set the removal strategy for this WH stock as leased packages. So we have selected leased packages, and let's go to the locations, and I'm going to create a product first. So let the product be headphones, and let me I have given the track inventory as by quantity, and I'm going to set the quantity, or else I'll be receiving the product. So I'm going to set up sales price and cost price for the product, and under the operations I'll be going to the receipts, and I'm going to create a new receipt. So before that, since this is leased packaging, we have to make sure that under the configuration settings we have enabled the packages option. So I'm going to enable the packages, and I'm going to save the settings. After that, I'm going to the operations and receipts, and I'm going to create a new receipt. So I'm going to receive the product headphones from Azure Interior. I'll be let me add the product, and also I'm going to receive 100 quantities of the product. So the 100 quantities, I need to put this 100 quantities of product to a pack. So I'll click on put in pack, and we can see that the product has been put into this pack, and let me validate it. And next I'm going to create one more reception. I'm going to receive this product 50 quantities of this product again. So I'll be receiving from Anita Oliver this time. Let me add the product headphones, and I need 30 quantities of this product. So I'm going to put the product in pack, and we have the next pack, that is 007, which has 30 quantities of the product. Let me validate it. So here, when we go to the product's internal link, and when we are checking the quantity on hand, we'll be able to see that we'll be able to see that we have received two packages of the product. That is, in pack 1 we have pack 006, we have 100 quantities of the product, and in pack 007 we have 30 quantities of the product. So now let's go to the operations and deliver this product. So we have seen the removal strategy for the location WH stock as leased packages. So I'm going to deliver to Audrey Peterson. I'm going to deliver 45 quantities of the products to Audrey Peterson. So let me click on mark as to do. And in the details, we'll be able to view that the product has been taken from pack 006, which contained 100 quantities of the product. That is, the complete quantity, that is the 45 quantities were taken from the pack 006, which contained 100 quantities. And since 007 only had 30 quantities, and it cannot fulfill the 45 quantities of the product, from that pack, the product has been taken from 006, which had 100 quantities. That is, it pulled the complete product from one pack only. That is how this leased packages works. And next, under the location. So let me create one more product. Let me go to the products and click on new. I'm going to create a product bread, and I'll be tracking the inventory of this bread by lots. And also under the inventory tab we have the traceability, and under traceability we have to make sure that the expiration date is enabled. And when we have enabled the expiration date, we have multiple dates over here. That is, we can set the expiration date, that is, when do we need to set, which date do we need to set as the expiration date for the product after receipt. And then we can set the best before date, that is, the how many days before or the expiration date should be the best before date, and similarly the removal date and the alert date. So I'm going to give the best before date days as 2 days before the expiration date, and removal date as 1, and the alert date should be 3. Okay, and here we have we have different options like valuation by lot or serial. That is, if you have enabled this, the valuation that is being created for the product will be specific for the lot or serial number. That is, it won't be shown for the product, but instead it should the valuation will be specific by the lot or serial number. And then we have one more option, that is custom lot or serial. So if multiple products share the same prefix for the lot or the serial number, they will be sharing the same sequence as well. Otherwise, the sequence will be only for the product. So now let me go back to the general information tab, and I'm going to add some quantities for the product bread. Click on quantity on hand. I'm going to create new. So first, let me create for 5 quantities of product. I'm going to add a lot. So let me click on create, and I'm going to add the lot as let's say bread LT1. So this is the first lot, that is BRLT1 is the first lot, and for this lot I'm setting the expiration date as 29th of December, and I'm going to apply this. So yeah, I've applied the expiration date for this, and under this lot I'm adding 10 quantities of the product. And let me add one more lot, that is I'm going to create one more lot, that is LT2, that is lot 2, and the lot 2's expiration date, I'm going to set the lot 2's expiration date as 28th, and I'm saving it. Okay, and for this the quantity is 20. So I added the lot number, and the expiration date is for lot 2 it is 28, and for lot 1 it is 29. So we have set the removal strategy as the first expiry first out. So according to that removal strategy, lot 2 should be removed first. So I'm going to the operations and I'm going to create the delivery for the product. So let me click on new, and I'm adding the delivery address Anita Oliver, and I'll be adding the product bread. And let's say I need 20 quantities of bread, and I'm clicking on mark as to do, and in the details we'll be able to see that the product has been taken from lot 2. The 20 quantities of the product has been taken from lot 2, since lot 2 is going to expire first. So this way we'll be able to make use of the first expiry first out removal strategy. So that's all about the locations. So next, under the configuration, we have the routes and rules. So routes define how product moves through the warehouse. So they decide from where to get the product and how it should be delivered. For example, we have different kinds of routes such as buy, manufacture, drop, ship, etc. And then we have the rules. So rules are the instructions inside a route. That is, they tell what action to take when the stock is needed, such as buy the product or manufacture it, or like move it from one location to another. So like in simple words, we can say that the route is the path the product follows, and rule is the action taken at each step on that path. So these are the different routes that we have already set. So since now we have already seen the supply product from warehouse to route, and replenish on order. So such that we have different rules which the product follows inside the warehouse. So for each warehouse, so we can set the routes with which the products must be the in with which the product moves inside this warehouse. So these are the routes that we have set for the warehouse, and like that we'll be able to set different routes. So inside each route we have to set different rules. That is, we have to decide. We have to set what action needs to be taken at each step with this rules. So these are different rules that we have set for this route. So under this by route, we have set, we have two rules that is set. That is we have set the action as buy. And we have set the operation types as receipt, and the destination location as WH stock for the as a first rule. And next we have set a similar rule for the destination location W2 stock as well. So these are the two rules that I've set for the by route. So similarly, for all the routes, we need to set up rules so that the route works based on that rules. So to understand this better, let me explain a scenario where we have three warehouses. That is, first let's go to the configuration and warehouses. So here we have two warehouses already. So I'm going to create one more warehouse. So I'm going to give the name of the warehouse as warehouse 3, and let the short code be W3. Okay. So here we can see that when we have given when we have created warehouse 3, we have the resupply options over here. That is, we'll be able to resupply from the first warehouse, your company, as well as the second warehouse, warehouse 2. And similarly, for other warehouses also, we can enable the resupply from warehouse 2 or 3. So I'm just disabling this. And in warehouse 2 also, okay. So the scenario is that we have three warehouses, and we have stored a product called, let's say, we have stored a product called mug in warehouse 3. And a delivery order, we'll be trying to deliver the product from the warehouse 1. That is, by default, we'll be using warehouse 1 to deliver the products. So in this case, when we are trying to deliver the product mug, we won't be having the product in that warehouse. So we'll be going, we'll be checking it in warehouse 2, and if it's available in warehouse 2, we have to take the product from warehouse 2 to 1. And if it's not available in warehouse 2 also, we'll be checking for the product in warehouse 3. And if the product is available in warehouse 3, we'll be taking it to warehouse 1, or else we'll be buying the product to warehouse 3. That's what we are going to set with our route and rules. So I'll be going to the warehouse, and we over on top of here we have the routes. So I'm going to create a custom route for that. We already have one resupply from option over here, which creates a similar route by automatically, which creates a similar route automatically. So for better understanding, I'm going to create a rule, and let me go to the routes, and I'm going to click on new. So I'm going to give the route name as supply from 3 or by. And we can apply this route, we can specify to apply this route on what all on product categories or products, package type, warehouse, sale order lines, etc. So I've selected products over here, and in the actions, first I'm going to add the rule to buy the products to 3, warehouse 3. So the action is buy, and I'm going to create, I'm going to select the operation type, that is warehouse 3 receipts. So we can see over here that when the products are needed in W3 stock, a request for quotation is created to fulfill the need. And the destination location has been set as W3 stock. That is, we'll be receiving the products to the 3rd warehouse stock. I'm going to save and close this. And next, what we have to do is, when we have bought the products to the 3rd warehouse W3, we have to transfer the product from W3 to W2. So for that, I'm going to add one more rule for this route, that is W3 to W2, and the action is pull from. So we are going to pull the products from W3 to W1. That is, we have different actions for the rules, such as pull from, push to, pull and push, manufacture, and buy. So we have just seen where to use buy route, buy action. That is, when we are trying to buy the products to a location, we can use the buy route. And next we have the pull from. That is, whenever the products are in need, that is, whenever there is a demand for a product in one location, we can use the action as pull from. So we have selected pull from over here, and over here we have a little description, that is, when the products are needed in the destination location, operation type are created. That is, whatever operation we give is created from the source location to the from source location to fulfill the need to in the destination location. That is, whenever we have a demand, we'll use the pull from action to supply the demand. So over here, I'm going to set the operation type as W3 delivery orders. So let me go to W3 delivery orders over here. So I've set the operation type as W3 delivery order. So you're creating this operation type, and for this operation type, we can see that by default, the destination location will be of customers. That is, delivery orders basically happens between a warehouse and to the customer. So by default, the destination location is set as customers. But in this case, you're going to deliver the stock from W3 to W2 stock. So I'm adding W2 stock over here. So we can see that the source location is W3 stock and destination location is W2 stock, and we have to give the supply method as take from stock, and if it is unavailable, we have to trigger another rule. That is, we'll be giving one more, we'll be giving extra rules for this. So we have to trigger that rule next. So I'm giving the supply method as such, and we can see that when products are needed in W2 stock, delivery orders are created from W3 stock to fulfill the need. And if the products are not available in W3 stock, a rule will be triggered to bring the missing quantity in this location. So I'm going to save and close this. So next we have to create a rule to take the product from W2 stock to W1 stock. So I'm going to add a line over here, and it is W2 to W1. And also explaining this one, that is pull from is used for when the product has a need and we have to supply that. Push to is used, that is whenever a product arrives at a location, if we have to push that products to some other location, we'll be using this push to. And to use that in together, we can use this pull and push operation action over here. And manufacture is for the production operation, and we have seen buy already. So I'm going to add the operation type as W2 delivery orders. So W2 delivery orders, and the source location is W2 stock, and the destination location, I'm going to change the destination location in the operation type itself. So in the destination location, I'll be adding W1 stock. So we have the WH stock over here. That is the product will be taken from W2 stock to WH stock. And I'm going to give the supply method as take from stock, if unavailable, trigger another row. And then we have to deliver the product to the customer once the product reaches the warehouse, first warehouse. So deliver to customer, that is the rule name I'm giving. And it is pulled from, and the operation type will be your company delivery orders. So we can see that the source location is WH stock and the destination location is customers. So let me save and close. So we have created the rules over here. That is the product will be bought from the vendors to the W3 stock, then it will be taken from W3 stock to W2 stock, and from the W2 stock it is taken to WH stock, and from there WH stock will be taking the product to the, will be delivering the product to the customers. So let me save this. And now I'm going to the products, and I'm going to create a new product, that is mug. And also I'll be adding the sales price and cost price. And then in the purchase module, that is we have given that whenever a sale order arrives, whenever we get a sale order for the product mug, we'll check in WH stock first. If it is not available, it will be taken from W3 stock where it will be bought. So the product needs to be automatically, or a purchase order needs to be automatically triggered based on that rule we have set for the product. So under the purchase module, we have to mention the vendor from whom we need to purchase the product. So I've set the vendor over here, and in the inventory, we have to enable two routes, that is supply from 3 or buy. This is the first route with which the product needs to be delivered. And next, we also has to enable the replenish on order MTO route. Okay, so now we have to create a sale order for this product. So before creating a sale order, let me go back to the routes, and so this is the route. I have to make sure one thing, that is for the buy route, for the last route, we have to make sure that we have given the supply method as take from stock, if unavailable, trigger another route. So I'm going to save this. And now let's go back to the sales module and create a new quotation for the product mug. So I need 20 quantities of mug, and let me confirm this. So when we confirm the sale order, we can see that there has been 3 delivery has been created, that is to take the stock from W3 to W2, from 2 to WH stock, and from WH stock to customer. So for this to happen, we need to make sure that the purchase has been, so automatically a purchase order will be created since we have given the buy route also. So let's go to the purchase module, and in the purchase module, we can see that the product mug, 20 quantities of mug, a purchase order for 20 quantities of mug has been automatically created. So we can confirm this RFQ, and let's receive the product and validate. So we can see that the destination location to receive the product is W3 stock, since we have given the operation in our routes over there. So coming back to the sales order, we can see that in the delivery, the first transfer is in the ready status. That is, the product has arrived in the W3 stock when you have validated the receipt, and now from the W3 stock, the product can be taken to W2 stock. So I'm going to validate this. And once this has been validated, we can validate the next, we'll be able to validate, we can check the availability, and we can see that the quantities are available in W2 stock, and we can take it to W8 stock. Once that has been validated, let's go back and click on check availability, and the quantities will be reserved. And now we can deliver the product to the customers. So the source location is W8 stock, and we'll be able to deliver the product to the customers. So this is how the routes and rules work. That is, we have created the route and provided several rules under that route, and we have given that route to a product mug over here, and that mug was delivered according to the routes and rule that we have provided in the inventory module. So that's how we can make use we can use the routes and rule. And the next option we have is the storage categories and put away rules. So let's go to the storage category. So in the storage category, we'll be able to create new storage category, and we can apply that storage category to the locations. So over here, let me click on one storage category. We can provide the storage category name, and there are several options. That is, when this storage category has been applied to a location, to that location, if we can allow mixed products, or if all products should be same, or if the location is empty, like that. When to allow the new product, that is what we are giving over here. And we can also set the maximum weight for the product. That is, we are provided the maximum weight for the product over here. And we can set the company, and also we can set the quantity, the number of quantities a product must have. That is, we can set a package type over here, and we'll be able to set the quantity for that package type. And similarly for the product also, we can add a certain product, and we can set how many quantities this storage category can contain. That is, we are setting a limit for the product over here. So that is the use of the storage category, and we can also view the locations which uses this category over here. And next, under the configuration, we have the put away rules. So put away rules are used to transfer the products automatically from a certain location to another location. That is, let's say in our warehouse we are handling multiple products, and we are handling explosive products. We have different explosive ingredients, and when we are taking some other product to our warehouse or a location, we need to we need to store that new product to another location. That is, we need to separate the product from these explosive location to another location. So in such cases, we can make use of this put away rule. That is, whenever a product arrives in the stock, we need to separate it and store it to another location. In such cases, we can make use of the put away rules over here. So when we click on the new button, we'll be able to create new put away rules. So let's say when the product arrives in. So over here, we'll be able to access all of the location, and we can select when the product arrives in which location. So when the product arrives in W8 stock, the W8 stock, it has to be stored to, I'm setting it as W8 shelf 1. So I have given whenever the product arrives in W8 stock, the product needs to be transferred to W8 stock shelf 1. And if we need to mention any specific product, we can specify the product over here, or else if we leave this empty, it will be applied to all the products, and similarly for the product type and package type. So for now, I have given whenever the product arrives in W8 stock, it has to be moved to W8 stock shelf 1. So let me go to the operations and receipts. And let me create a new receipt. I'm receiving from Abigail Peterson, and the destination location is WH stock. So I've given a put away rule that whenever any of the product, that whenever a product arrives in WH stock, it has to be stored to WH stock shelf 1. So I'm going to receive a product stool green, 2 quantities of stool green to WH stock. So let me click on mark as to do and validate. Sorry, I need to apply the lot number over here. Save. And over here itself we can see that the product is being stored to WH stock shelf 1. So I'm going to save this and click on validate. And over here in the moves also, in the, sorry. Okay, let's go to the traceability. So in the traceability, we'll be able to view that the product has been stored to WH stock shelf 1. That is, whenever product arrives in stock, it will be moved to shelf 1 using the put away rule. So in the put away rules, we have options like sub location. That is, we have set the sub location no for this put away rule that we have created just now. And you also have options like last use and closest location. So we'll be explaining that. So before that, let's say I'm going to receive some apples, or let's say I'm going to receive oranges to my stock. So when I'm receiving oranges, I need, whenever the orange arrives in my stock, I need to transfer it to refrigerator. So for that, let me first create a product orange, and okay, I'm going to set a put away rule over here. So let's say I'm going to create a new rule, that is when the product arrives in WH stock, and I'm going to give the product orange over here. So the product orange has to be stored to WH stock shelf 1. Okay. So I'm going to the operations and receipts, new, and I'm going to receive the product from Amy Watson, and I'm going to select orange, 10 oranges. And let me mark as to do. And the details we'll be able to see that we have given, that is, we have given the destination location as WH stock. So when the product arrives in WH stock, by the put away rule that we have said, the product will be automatically stored to small refrigerator. So let me save this and validate. So like this, the product will be, we can use the put away rule. So next in the put away rules, we can see here we have used, here we can see that the small refrigerator is a sub location of the location WH stock shelf 2. So when we have selected shelf 2 over here, and when we have set last used, we can see that with this put away rule also, the product will be stored to small refrigerator itself. That is, the last used sublocation of this location is small refrigerator. So when we have set the sublocation as last used over here, the product will be stored to refrigerator. So again, I'm going back to the receipts and click on new. Orange. I'm setting the quantities, mark as to do. So in the details, we can see that with that put away rule also, the product is stored to small refrigerator. That is the use of this sublocation. And we also have a sublocation, that is closest location. So I'm going to set it as closest location over here. And when we are giving the sublocation as closest location, we also need to provide a category for the sublocation. So let's set the category over here. So according to this put away rule, whenever the product orange arrives in WH stock, it will be stored to shelf 2. And since we have given the sub location as closest location, it will check the closest location having this category, and the product will be stored to that location. So let's say whenever the product orange arrives in WH stock, we have to store it to refrigerator 1. And only 10 quantities of the product should be stored to refrigerator 1. And when next quantity arrives, that is when the next quantity arrives, it should be directly stored to refrigerator 3. So for setting up that, let's go to the locations, and in the locations we can see under shelf 2 we have refrigerator 1, 2 and 3. So for the refrigerator 1, we can set up the category as high frequency big, and since only 10 quantities of oranges has to be stored, we can set up the capacity for this location inside the storage category under this capacity by product over here. I'm going to set orange as 10. Save this, and I've set the storage category for refrigerator 1, and I'm going to set it for refrigerator 3 as well. And now let's go to the operations. Okay, so I'm going to create a new receipt, and I'm going to receive the product from Amy Watson, and I'm going to set the product orange. So I'm going to receive 10 quantities of oranges from Amy Watson. So let's click on mark as to do, and in the details we'll be able to see that the product is stored in refrigerator 1. So it is due to the put away rule, that is we have set the put away rule to store the product in shelf 2 with the closest sub location having the category high frequency big. So refrigerator 1 has the category and it is the closest location to shelf 2. So it is stored into refrigerator 1. So let me save this and validate. So let's pass the quality check, and the transfer has been validated. So now I'm going to create one more receipt from Audrey Peterson for the product orange. I'm adding the demand as 10, and let me click on mark as to do. So in the details we'll be able to see that the product is being stored to refrigerator 3. Since we have added the next storage category or to refrigerator 3 instead of 1. So I'm saving this and validating. So let's click on pass, and going back to the configuration and the locations, let's go to refrigerator 3, and in the products we'll be able to see that the product has been stored to refrigerator 3. So here, according to the put away rule, the product has to be stored to the next closest location, but since we haven't provided the category to the second refrigerator, the product will not be stored over there. Instead, it will check next closest location, that is refrigerator 3, and if we have set the category over there, it will be stored to that location. So that is what happened right now. That is, the product was stored to refrigerator 3 directly, skipping the refrigerator 2. So this is how the put away rule works. So next, let's go to the configuration settings. So in the configuration settings, we have several options over here. So first, we have the operations section, under which we have the packages. So when we enable the packages, we'll be able to put our products in packs. That is, we can create packages with package types like box, pallets and all. And we'll be able to put our products in those packages, and we'll be able to track the products based on that packages. So over here we have seen that while we were receiving the products. So let's create a new receipt. I'm adding the vendor, and I'm adding the products tool grade. The demand be 5, and I'm also adding the product. Sorry, I need the products tool grade 3. And over here, when we click on this mark as to do, we have seen we have an option that is to put in pack. So when we put this in pack, we can see that these products will be put into this pack and we'll be able to validate it. So we have to give the serial number for the product. I'm saving this, and also for the stool grade. Let me generate the serial number and save. So I've given the serial number for the product, and now let's click on put in pack and then validate the receipt. So once we have validated the receipt, we can go to the packages and we'll be able to track the package. That is, the complete package has been received to the destination location, that is WH stock shelf 1. So like that, we'll be able to put the products in pack, and we can create new packages under this product. So here we have the packages from where we'll be able to create new package. That is, we can set the package type, we can set the location, the container and all. And also the package type can be configured under this configuration. That is, under configuration we have the package types over here. So in the package types, we'll be able to manage the types of the packages that we can create. So from here we can create new package. That is, we can give the package a name. We can set the barcode, its prefix, roots, and we can also set its dimensions. So that's how packages can be handled. And next we have the batch, wave, and cluster transfers. So these are different kinds of transfers or pickings that we can perform in our warehouse. That is, let's say we have received multiple orders. So batch picking allows a warehouse worker to pick products for multiple orders in one trip itself. That is, instead of picking one order at a time, you will be able to pick items for several orders together. That is, let's say we have received 2 orders, and the first order is for 3 apples and 2 oranges, and the second order is for 2 apples and 5 oranges. So with batch picking, all of these products can be picked at one go itself. That is, we'll be assigning one worker, and that worker will be picking all of the products at one go itself. And in wave picking, wave picking groups multiple pickings based on time, priority, or operation type. So for the example above, let's say we'll be assigning, let's say for this example, we'll be grouping this wave picking based on location. So let's say apples are kept at refrigerator 1 and oranges are kept at refrigerator 2. So we'll be assigning 2 workers for 2 locations. That is, we have grouped it by location, and the first worker will go to refrigerator 1 and he'll be picking all of the apples needed for both of the delivery orders. Similarly, the next worker will be going to the refrigerator 2 and he'll be picking oranges that is needed for both of the delivery orders. Like that, wave picking is done by grouping, and then we have the cluster picking. So the cluster picking lets the picker, we'll be able to pick for multiple orders at the same time, and then we can sort them and then from there itself we'll be sorting it. That is, for wave batch picking, we'll be picking all of the products, and then at the delivery time we'll be sorting it and assigning each product to the corresponding delivery orders. But in cluster picking, we'll be grouping the products based on the delivery orders from there itself. That is, while picking itself, we'll be putting into cluster packing, and that is called cluster picking. That is, for better understanding, let's say the picker will be carrying multiple bins or boxes, and he places the items directly into the correct order while picking. So that is how cluster picking is done. So let's enable this batch, wave, and cluster transfers, and let's save that. And now let's go to the operations. On the operations, we have the batch transfers and the wave transfers. So either we can go to the batch transfers, and so these are the already created batch transfers. Either we can create new batch transfers from here by clicking on the new, and let's assign a responsible person, And let's say we are trying to batch the delivery orders. So I'm giving delivery orders, and we can set a scheduled date and a description if needed. And we'll be able to add the transfers to this batch. So let's say we need to pick the products for these delivery orders from the warehouse. So these 3 delivery orders products will be taken together with this batch. So let me click on select, and the transfers has been added, and when I confirm the transfer, we'll be able to view the transfers. So these are the operations over here, and we'll be able to view the transfers, and let's click on validate. So the batch transfer has been done. So this is how we'll be able to batch the transfer using this batch transfers. And also we have the option to go to the delivery or any operation types, and we will be we can select the operations from here, and then we can go to actions, and we'll be able to add these transfers to batch. And next we have the wave transfers. So in operations itself we have the wave transfers. So either we'll be able to create the wave transfer from here by clicking on the prepare wave, or else we can go to the operation just like we have prepared batch, and we can select the transfers in the state ready, and I'm going to actions, and we'll be able to add these transfers into wave. So for now I'm going to products, and I'll be preparing new product. I'll be creating new products. So let the product name be chair 1, and I'm going to add the quantities for the product in the stock. In WH stock we have 20 quantities of chair 1, and I'm going to prepare one more product, that is chair 2, and let its quantity be I'm going to add quantities of this product to WH stock shelf 1. That is chair 2 is stored in shelf 1, and I've added 20 quantities to shelf 1, and I'm going to prepare one more product, that is chair 3. Let me save this. And chair 3 is stored in the location WH stock shelf 2, and it has also got 20 quantities. So let me go to the operations, and I'm going to prepare a delivery order. So I'm going to deliver this to Amy Watson, and I'm going to add the product chair 1. Chair 1, and I need 10 quantities of chair 1, and then I'm going to add chair 2 also, and I need 10 quantities of chair 2 and chair 3. So I need 5 quantities of chair 3. And let me mark as to do, and I'm going back. So it is in the ready state, and I'm going to prepare one more delivery order for Azure Interior. So that will be chair 1. Let me add chair 1, chair 2, and chair 3. So let it be 2, 3, and 6. I'm clicking on mark as to do, and it is in the ready state, and I'm going to create let me just duplicate this. So I'm going to set the quantities, okay, and I'm going to click on mark as to do, and all the 3 orders, delivery orders, are in the ready state right now. So I've created the delivery order. So this is one of the delivery order, and we have the next delivery order over here. So I'll be adding these delivery orders to the batch. So these are the 3 delivery orders, 71, 70, sorry. Okay, let me search for the transfers. I'm going to add the product chair. So yeah, these are the 3 delivery orders, and I'm going to add these I'm going to prepare a wave. I'll be adding these to the wave transfer. So I have selected the transfers and going to actions, and I'm going to click on add wave. So we have two options, that is to add this to an existing wave transfer. So we can select it over here and add the wave transfer, or else we'll be able to prepare a new wave transfer. So I've given a new wave transfer, and let me click on responsible, and I'm giving the responsible person as Mark Demo. So he has to perform the wave transfer, and let me confirm. So these are the transfers, that is the pick operation needs to be performed for all of these. That is for each product we have the operations, and also okay, we have the status, unit, quantity, and batch transfer. So over here, I'm going to add, I'm going to assign Mark Demo to pick chair 1 for all of the 3 orders. So I've given chair 1. That is chair 1 belongs to WH stock, and I'm assigning Mark Demo to pick chair 1 from chair 1 from WH stock together for all of these 3 delivery orders. So I've added the 3 orders over here, transfers over here, and I'm going to add it to wave. So now let's go to the operations and wave transfers. We'll be able to view the wave that has been created. So the responsible person Mark Demo can pick all the chairs together from the warehouse, since we have created the wave transfer for the the transfer, the delivery order. So here we have the operations, and here we also have the transfers from which this operation has to be made, and now we can click on validate, and the transfer will be made. So like this, we will be able to assign, or we'll be able to assign multiple responsible person to for in this example, let's say I have assigned Mark Demo to pick chair 1, that is it is located in WH stock, and then I can assign Michelle Edmin to pick the chair 2, which has been stored in WH stock shelf 1, and next chair 3 is stored in WH stock shelf 3, and I can assign another responsible person to fetch that. So like that, we'll be able to make use of this wave transfer. And next we have the cluster transfers. So as said, cluster picking enables one person to pick the products from the warehouse, and at that time itself it can be grouped. It can be sorted to their respective orders. That is how we can make use of the cluster transfer. So for that, we have to create cluster packs first. So let me go to the products and packaging, and I'm going to click on new, and let me click on cluster pack 1. So I've created a cluster pack 1, which is cluster packs, and save this. And next I'm going to prepare cluster pack 2. I'm going to set the type as cluster pack. So I have created 2 cluster pack, that is cluster pack 1 and cluster pack 2. And now let me go to the configuration settings, configuration warehouse, and I'm going to set the outgoing shipments as pick then deliver. That is in 2 steps. So the first the products will be picked from the warehouse, and at that time itself, while picking products for multiple orders, we'll be sorting the products into cluster packs based on the orders. So let me save this, and I'm going back to the sales module. So new, and let me add the customer. Let's add the product, chair 1, chair 2, and chair 3. So we have the products in the sale order, and I'm going to confirm this. Okay, now let me create one more order, that is for Abigail Peterson, for the same products. Chair 1, chair 2, and chair 3. So let me confirm this order as well. So now let's go back to the inventory module, and here we can see there are two picks that needs to be processed. So we have two pick operations over here. That is for the first this is for the first sale order. We need to pick these products, and also for the next sale order, that is 43, we need to pick these products from the warehouse. So let me create a batch. I'm going to batch this. That is, one person will be going to the warehouse to fetch all of these products together from the warehouse. So let's click on add to batch, and I'm creating a new batch, and let me give the responsible person as mark demo, and I'm going to confirm it. So in the operations we have batch we have batch transfers, and this is the batch transfer that has been created. So over here we can enable the packaging, and not packaging, we need to assign these products to cluster packs. That is, chair 1, chair 2 and chair 3 has to be picked and put into cluster pack 1, and the products chair 1, chair 2 and chair 3 for the next transfer has to be picked, and it should be placed into the next cluster pack. So let me go to the details, and over here we have the destination package. So I'm assigning the this is the pack I have created, cluster pack 1 over here, and for the next product also, since it is the same transfer, I'm adding that product also to the cluster pack 1, and for the next product I'm doing the same thing. That is, I have added the 3 products which belongs to the same transfer to one cluster pack, and the products that belongs to next transfer is being added to the next cluster pack, that is cluster pack 2. So here I have set the destination package cluster pack 2 and save, and let's put it in pack, and then let's validate this. So over here we'll be able to see that the product, while picking the product from the warehouse, it has been added to the cluster pack 1 and cluster pack 2. So like that we can use the cluster packs for sorting the products while picking itself. And now let's go to configuration settings, and next we have the partner specific instruction. That is, if we need to display any instructions for any customer or vendor for the stock operations, we can add that to the in the partner form. So I have enabled this, and let's save this. Now let's go to the customers. So for that I'm going to the sales, and we have the customers over here, and let's say we have to give a partner specific information for the partner deco edit, and I'm going to the notes, and over here we'll be able to set the instructions for the stock operation. So if we need to provide any descript or instructions for the stock operation, so here the picking, or let's say the delivery, should be done from shelf 1. So I've just I've given an instruction just for showing. So I'm going back to the inventory module and to the operations and deliveries, and I'm adding the customer, that is deco edit. So while we have added the customer, we'll be able to see the operation instruction that we have provided. So this is how we can make use of the partner specific instruction. And then we have the picking policy. That is, picking policy decides when to start the shipping. That is, whether the product should be shipped as soon as all the products are available, and or else it should be shipped only when all the products, that is the complete products in the delivery order is available, only then the shipping will be done. So first I'm going to set the picking policy as ship products as soon as possible with back orders, and I'm going to save it. So let me go to the products. From the product, I'm going to create a new product, pen. And I'm going to add the quantity as, let's say, I'm going to add 10 quantities of this product to W8 stock. And let me go to the sales module and I'm going to create a new sale order. So let me add the customer and I'm going to add the product pen. And let's say I need 20 quantities of pen. And in the other info, that is, we'll be able to change, or we'll be able to set the picking policy for specific sale orders from this other info tab. Under the other info delivery, we have the shipping policy. So if you need to set the shipping policy for this sale order as when all products are ready, you'll be able to do that from here. So for now, I'm going to confirm the sale order and let me go to the delivery. So in the delivery, we can see that the product, since the products are not available, we'll be able to see not available. Only 10 quantities are available for the product. But since we have set the shipping policy as soon as possible, with back orders, we'll be able to see that the delivery is in the ready state and we'll be able to validate the delivery. So while validating, that is, we'll be able to ship these 10 products that are currently available in the stock as soon as possible. So let me click on validate, and while clicking on validate, we'll be able to see the back order dialog box. That is, if we need to create the back orders for the remaining 10 quantities. So when we click on create back order, a back order will be created, and since we have set the outgoing shipment to 2-step, we need to complete it in 2 steps. So this is from output locations. So first, the product has been taken from stock to output location, and now from output location to the customers. So I'm going to validate this transfer as well. So we'll be able to see that there is one more delivery that needs to be done. So this is the back order that has been created for the remaining 10 quantities, and when the products are available, we'll be that 10 quantities will be received for this order, and we'll be able to deliver that as well. And next we have, let me go to the inventory module. And the next picking policy we have is ship all product at once. So in this case also, we'll be able to create the back order, but we'll be able to see that while clicking on the delivery will be in the waiting state. So for that, I'm going to the products and new, create mug 1, and I'm going to add quantity for this product. So let the quantity be 10 and save. So going back to the sales module and clicking on new, let me add the customer Amy Watson, and I'm going to add the product mug 1. So I need 10 quantities of mug. And in the other info, we'll be able to see that the shipping policy has been set to when all products are ready, since we have selected this option in the configuration settings of the inventory module. So I'm going to confirm this, and in the delivery, it is in the ready state. Okay, since I have given only 10 quantities itself and the quantities are available, it is in the ready state. I'm going to validate this for now. And going back to the products, I'm going to update the quantities of the mug once more. Okay, so let me add 20 quantities of mug and save. Okay, before that, let me validate that is it was done in 2 steps. So I have validated the first transfer, that is from stock to the output location. Now let me transfer this as well, that is from output location to the customer. Okay. Now we'll be able to see that the mug, we have only 20 quantities of mug in stock. And let me go to the quotation, and I'm adding the customer, and let me add the product mug. And I need 30 quantities of mug, and we can see that the shipping policy has been set to when all products are ready. I'm going to confirm this, and in the delivery we'll be able to see that the delivery is in the waiting stage. That is for when the picking policy has been set to as soon as possible, even though the quantities were not available, we saw that the delivery was in ready state, but for this picking policy we can see that it is in the ready state. But in this case also we can validate this by creating the back order. So these are the two picking policies. So let's go to the inventory module and configuration settings. And in the settings, the next option we have is the quality. That is, we'll be able to add quality checks to our transfer operations. So I'm enabling that. And if we want to create the customizable worksheets for our quality checks, we can enable this quality worksheet as well. So I'm going to save this. So once we have enabled the quality module, quality feature, we'll be able to see that the quality module has been installed. So let's go back. And let's go to the quality module. And from the quality module, we can go to the quality control, and we'll be able to create new control points. So these are the already created control points, and if you want, we can create new control point. So I'm giving the title as quality check itself. And if you want to create the quality check for a particular product, we can add the product over here, or if you want to create it for a particular product categories, that can be done as well. So we have to select the operation type. So I'm selecting your company delivery, let it be your company receipts. So while receiving the product, a quality check will be performed first, and only then that product will be taken into the stock. So here we can assign a responsible person, and the product, we can set the control per, that is the quality check has to be performed per operation, per product, or per quantity. And also we can set the frequency as for all the receipt orders, or for any randomly selected orders, or else we can set a period and set it as periodically, or else we can set it as on demand. So here I'm selecting it as all, and we have several quality check types, that is instructions, take a picture, pass or fail, such that. So I'm selecting pass or fail, and we have the team over here, and we can also set the failure location for this control point that we are creating. So let me go back to the inventory module, and I'm going to the operations and receipts. So I'm going to create a new receipt. So let me I'm going to receive the product from Amy Watson, and let the product be customizable desk white custom. So I need 5 quantities of customizable desk. So let's click on mark as to do, and over here we can see that a quality check button has appeared, and let's click on that, and we can give any quality check notes. The product is good, so I'm giving the note like that, and we can click on pass if the quality check has been passed, or else we can fail it. So we can see that the quality check has been passed, and now we'll be able to validate it. So like this we can perform quality checks for our products based on operations, products and all. And next we have the annual inventory day and month, that is at which date the inventory count should occur. So we can configure it over here. So here we have given 31st December, and in the operations we have the physical inventory, that is any adjustments or any physical adjustments made in our inventory that can be viewed over here. That is, we'll be able to perform, we can count the products in our inventory, and we'll be able to give the counted quantity over here. And let's say we have counted chair 1, customizable desk, and it appeared it was only 4. So here we can see that the product, we'll be able to see the difference, that is -5 difference, and if we apply it, we can see that the on-hand quantity has been made to 4, such that we'll be able to see all of the inventory adjustments that has been made over here. Now, also we can see that the scheduled date for the inventory adjustment has been set to December 31st over here. That is, since we have given the in annual inventory day and month as 31st December. And next we have the reception report. That is, when we enable this, we'll be able to we can view and allocate the received quantities. That is, let's say we have received 2 sale orders for our product chair, and the product is not available in our stock. So when we purchase the product, we'll be able to assign the quantities purchased. That is, we'll be able to allocate the quantities to the sale orders that were created earlier. So here I have enabled, and let me go to the sale order. Let me create a new sale order. I'm adding the customer lights up, and let the product be chair. So I need, let's say, 20 quantities of chair. So 20 quantities of chair is not available right now. So I'll be confirming this. And when we try to deliver, we'll be able to see that only 4 quantities are available, and those 4 quantities has been reserved for this sale order. And let me go back to the quotations, and I'll be creating one more quotation. So let me add the product chair itself, and I need 5 quantities of chair. Let me confirm this. So here we have 2 sale orders for the product chair, and the product is not available right now. So let me go to the purchase module, and in the purchase module we we create a RFQ. We create a purchase order for our product chair, so that we have to take the product back into our stock. So I'm adding the product chair over here, and let the quantities be 20. And I'm confirming the order. And while receiving the product, we'll be able to see that we can allocate we have an allocation smart tab over here. So when we go to the allocation, we'll be able to see that we can assign the products received to the sale order that we have created earlier. So here we have 2 sale orders, and we'll be able to assign those quantities to our we'll be able to assign our received quantities to the sale orders that were created earlier. So I'm clicking on assign, and for this order also I'm assigning the product. So while receiving itself, we are allocating the product to the pending sales order that needs to be satisfied. So let's take the order. So this is our order, and let's go to delivery, and over here we can see that the product has been the product is available right now. So let's click on validate, and yeah, the product has been delivered. So first the 16 quantities were available, and after allocation we have received the 4 quantities also became available, and we have delivered the product. So the first transfer is from stock to output, and let's go to the next transfer, that is from the output location to the customer location. That is where we have delivered the product to the customer. So that is how the allocation report works. And now let's go back to the inventory and settings. And next we have the barcode scanner. That is with barcodes, we can process the operations faster, and we'll be able to reduce the manual errors and all. So we can scan the products, and when the products are scanned, by scanning the products, we'll be able to perform the delivery or reception or receipt operations by adding the product and product quantities accurately just by scanning. So for that, we'll be able to configure our product barcodes over here. So we have the option to configure the product barcodes, and we'll be able to set the barcodes for the product, and when the products are scanned, we'll be able to that is instead of searching them manually, we'll be able to quickly process its receipts, deliveries and all. And next next we have the option to stock barcode database. That is, we'll be able to create products easily. That is, we can also create products easily by scanning using this barcodelookup.com in the barcode. And next let's go to the shipping. So in the shipping we have options like delivery methods, email confirmation, signature, dispatch management system and text confirmation. So I have enabled all of these, and let me save this. So with the delivery methods, we'll be able to compute the shipping cost. That is, we can add the delivery methods to our orders, and we'll be able to compute our shipping cost based on that. So it's still loading. So we have enabled it, and with the delivery methods, we'll be able to configure delivery methods, and with that methods, we'll be able to compute the shipping cost. And we have the email confirmation. That is, if you have enabled this, whenever a delivery order is done, an automatic email will be sent to the customer as the confirmation. And similarly, for the text confirmation, an SMS will be sent to the customer whenever a delivery has been done. And then we have the signature. That is, when the delivery is complete, and if we have enabled this, it will a sign will be required from the customer side. That is, it requires a signature on our delivery orders. So we have enabled this, and let us check. I'm going to the operations and deliveries, and let me click on new, and I'm adding the delivery address as Azure Interior, and I'm going to deliver chair 3 quantities of chair like we want itself. And I'm adding the source location as shelf 2. That is, we have added the quantities to shelf 2. So I'm setting shelf 2 as the source location for this delivery. And let's click on mark as to do and validate. Okay, so we can validate it. So we have validated, and once the delivery has been done, we can see that an email has been sent to the customer, and also an SMS has been sent. So similarly, we can also see the sign button over here. That is, when the delivery has been made, it requires a signature of the customer. So let's click on adopt and sign, and the sign has also been done. And next, in the configuration settings, we have the option called dispatch management system. That is, we can organize our deliveries in our vehicles. For that, we'll be able to use this dispatch management system. That is, we'll be able to manage our transport. That is, we can organize our packs into our vehicles or carriers, and we'll be able to manage that. So for that, we have to make sure that the fleet module has been installed, and we also have the vehicles. Okay, so now let me go back to the inventory module, and in the inventory module I'm going to prepare a wave. So we have several delivery orders that is in the ready state, so we are going to deliver it to the customers. So I'm adding these delivery orders and going to actions, and I'm going to add these to batch. So we're going to create a new batch, and I'm going to assign it to Michelle admin. So we can see that a batch transfer has been created. This is the batch transfer. Yeah, this is the batch transfer, and over here we'll be able to view the vehicle option. So we can add the vehicle, and the category will be auto filled, and then we'll be able to validate this batch so that this transfer will be made according to the dispatch management that we have configured. So like that, we can use this dispatch management system. And next, we have different shipping connectors. So we'll be able to compute the shipping cost and ship with the UPS with our different shipping connectors over here. And next, under the products, we have the variants and units of measure. So in Odoo, we'll be able to manage the different variants. That is, instead of creating different variants as different products, like let's say we have a shirt with different colors and in different sizes. So instead of creating a shirt, medium shirt, small, like that, instead of creating in one by one, we'll be able to create a product shirt, and we can add attributes to that individual product and create its variants. So that's why these variants are used. So we have different attributes over here. So we have multiple attributes over here, and when the product, let's say you're creating a product shirt, and we have the attributes and variants option, and with over here we'll be able to add the attributes. That is, I want to make this, I'm going to, this shirt is available in different sizes in our company, so I'm adding all of the sizes, and the product will be created in all of these variants. And we can also add different multiple attributes, like let's say, or else I'm deleting brand, I'm giving color. So if it is available in different colors also, we can may add the colors as well. So there are no values for these colors. So we do have values. So I'm going back and let me try to add it once more. Shirt, and I'm adding the attributes over here as size, and the values are small, extra small, S, and medium. And let me add the color also. So yeah, we have the colors, and we'll be able to add the colors. So the shirt will be created in these many sizes and these two colors. And when we are trying to sell this, we can view that it is available in these sizes and this color. So we'll be able to add product variants to the delivery orders or the sale orders we are creating. So that's why we can use this attributes. And let me go back to the inventory. And we can also go to the attributes from here also. That is, under the configuration, we have the attributes option, and with this attributes, we'll be able to create new attributes and add it to the product. And next we have the units of measures and packaging. That is, we'll be able to sell our products in different units of measure and in different packagings. So let me go to the units and packagings, and over here we'll be able to view different units and packagings. So, and these units and packagings can be added to the products while we are creating, and we'll be able to sell that product with that units and packages that we have created. So here we have units. So we can provide the unit name, and we can set the quantity, and if it belongs to a package type, that is, if you are creating it as a pack, we can set a package type as well. So, and we also have a pack of a packaging created as pack of 6. We have added the quantity as 6, and now when we are creating a product, we'll be able to see that we can select that unit over here. That is, we can select the selling unit and also the purchasing unit at the cost section over here. And similarly, we'll be able to assign the packagings for the product as well. So like this, we'll be able to create the product with using the units and packagings. So next, under the configuration settings, we have the traceability section. Under the traceability section, we will be able to view the lot and serial numbers. That is, this option enables us to track the product using the lot and serial numbers. That is, we have already seen applying the lot and serial numbers to the received products and stored products. So when we apply the lot and serial numbers to the product, we will be able to track or trace the products from the vendors to the customers. And next we have the expiration dates. So this allows us to define the expiry date, expiry related dates on our lots or serial numbers. That is we can set the removal dates, the best before dates, the alert date, etc. And next we have an option called to print GS1 barcodes for lots and serial numbers. That is, it enables the GS1 data matrix barcode standards when printing the barcodes for the tracked products. So this barcodes can include the product code, the lot and serial number, the expiry date, etc. And next we have the scannable package contents. That is, with this we'll be able to generate a QR code for a package that contains multiple serial numbers. So a single QR code can represent all the serial numbers inside a package, and over here we have a separator which can define how the serial numbers are listed inside the QR code. And next, with this display lots and serial numbers on delivery slips option, we'll be able to display the lot and serial numbers while we have a print while we're printing the delivery slips. And similarly, if we need to display the expiration dates on the delivery slips, we can enable this. And then we have the consignment. That is, if we need to assign any owner for the stored product, we can use this consignment feature. That is, when we are receiving the product or when we are adding the product to our stock, we'll be able to set an owner for the product. Then the product will be the product belongs to that owner, and we are just storing the product in our inventory, and we'll be able to sell the product on behalf of that owner we have set. So I'm going to save these options. So I'm going to the product, and let me create, let's say, I'm going to create a new product called chocolate pie. And over here we have the track inventory option, and I'm setting the track inventory by lots. So lot numbers enables us to provide lot number to multiple products. That is, we can set different lots, and in each lots we'll be able to set multiple products. And for unique serial numbers, we have to assign a unique serial numbers for the individual product. That is, this can be used in cases such as cases or in products which needs after sale services like mobile phones and all. We'll be assigning unique serial numbers. So for the chocolate pie, I'm going to track the inventory by lots. And the next, under the inventory option, we have the traceability, under which we can enable the expiration dates. So when we enable the expiration dates, we can see different dates over here, such as the expiration date, best before date, removal date, alert date, such that. So let me set the best before date as 10 days before the expiration date. Okay. And then if we need different or individual valuation layers for each lot and serial numbers, we can enable this valuation by lot and serial over here. So once we have given these, we can given these, and if I'm going to add the product to our inventory, let's click on new. Over here we have the option to create the serial number for the product. So let's say I'm going to create CHLT1. So this is the lot, and we can see the expiration date and the removal date has been assigned. And over here we'll be able to change the expiry date of the product. So when we change the expiry dates, we'll be able to see the other dates have been assigned according to that. And we can see that an owner can also be set for the product, and we can set the inventory over here. So I've added 10 quantities to this lot, and we can set the expiry dates and the owner for the product from here. And also I'm going to the operations and receipts, and while receiving also we have the option to assign the owner for this product. So I'm going to receive the product from Amy Watson, and I'm setting the owner for this product as Amy Watson. And let's go to the product, and let us choose the product. So I'm going to receive these products from Amy Watson, that is 20 quantities. And let's click on mark as to do, and in the details we'll be able to see the expiration date over here. So either we can we can add the product to the already existing lot, or else we can create new lot from here. this creation of new lots or using the existing lot numbers um, are controlled from the operation type. So for the delivery orders, we have for the receipt operation type, we have already said that we can create lot numbers as well as we'll be able to use existing lot numbers as well. And if we need to change the expiration date, we'll be able to do that. And next we can set the owner for the product. If we are setting different owners for each lot, we'll be able to do that as well. So I'm going to save this, and we can perform the quality checks, and I'm setting the quality check as pass, and we are taking the product to our stock. That is, we are going to receive the product. So the product has been received, and we have the traceability option over here. So in the traceability option, we'll be able to see the product that we have received to other stock over here, and we'll be able to trace the products from the receipt to our delivery orders by using this lot number we have assigned. And also in the reporting, we have the locations. And in the locations, we'll be able to view that let's assign or let's group the product by the owner, and we'll be able to see that Amy Watson. So we have a product chocolate pie in our stock which is owned by Amy Watson. Okay, so now let me go to the product, and in the product we'll be able to see the stock of the product over here, and we have the we'll be able to view the expiry dates. And since this lot has been expired, we'll be able to see the expiry date in red color, and when we go to the lot, we can see the expired label over here. And now let's see how the expiration date and lot and serial numbers shown in the delivery slip. So for that, I'm going to the operations and deliveries, and let me click on new, and in the delivery address, let me add Audrey Peterson. And also the product needs to be taken from the stock, that is WH stock. So I'm selecting the source location as WH stock, and I'm adding the product chocolate pie 5 quantities. So let me click on mark as to do, and in the details we'll be able to view the expiry dates, the removal date, and from where it is picked, and the lot number as well. Okay. So let me click on validate. Okay, so we can see the delivery has been validated, and over here when we print the delivery slip, we'll be able to view the delivery slip, and from here we can see that the lot and serial number and the expiry date has been is shown in the delivery slip, since we have enabled the options from the settings. So let's go back, and next in the configuration we have the option called landed cost. That is under the valuation, we have 2 options, that is landed cost and to display the lot and serial numbers on invoices. So I'm enabling the features, and let me save it. Okay, so landed cost means it is the total real cost of a product when it reaches our warehouse, and not just the purchase cost. That is when we purchase the product, it may have any transportation cost or any customs duty that was applied, its handling charges and all. So landed cost enables us to add all these extra charges for the products into the product's cost itself. So over here I have enabled the landed cost, and we can set a default journal if needed. That is, by default it is an inventory valuation, and will take the stock valuation account. And if we need to record it to some other journal, we can apply the default journal over here. So enable the landed cost, and in the operations we have the landed cost option. And if you are trying to create a landed cost from here, we'll be able to click on new landed cost, and we can add the transfer to which the landed cost must be applied, and the products in that transfers, the landed cost will be applied to the products or added to the cost of the products in that transfer. So for now I'm going to the products, and I'll be creating a landed cost product called, let's say, transportation. So let me click on new, and let's say I'm going to create a product transportation. And here I'm setting the landed cost, this landed cost product as service. And when we have given the product type as service, in the purchase, we'll be able to view the user landed cost option. That is, we can set this product as a landed cost from here. We have set the vendor bill as user landed cost, and in the default split method, we have different split methods. That is, we have equal, by quantity, by current cost, by weight, and by volume. That is, let's say the transportation cost is 100, and we have two products in a transfer. That is, we have a corner desk and we have an office chair. So when we have set the split method as equal and the transportation cost is 100, the landed cost will be split equally for both of the product. That is, it will be applied, 50 will be applied to the office desk, and the other 50 will be applied to the corner desk, and other 50 will be applied to the office table, the other product. And if we have set it by quantity, it will be split according to the quantity. That is, if there are two corner desk and 3 office chairs, the split will be the cost will be split according to the quantity. And we also have the option to split it by current cost, by weight, and by volume. So if we need to set a default split method, we can apply it over here. Otherwise, we can also change the split method while we are creating the bill. And in the general information, I'm not adding any cost, so that I can add the cost according to the cost that was applied for the transportation, for the transfer that we are going to add. So in the products, I'm also going to create new products. That is, let's say, corner desk. Corner desk, wood, and the price of the product is 100, and let the cost be 50. So okay, I'm not adding the cost, and I'm going to add the category for this as a furniture office. And let me save this, and I'm going to add one more product, that is office chair wood. And let the product cost be 50, and I'm going to add the category furniture office. And we have to make sure that the costing method for this category has been set to first in first out or average cost, so that the cost will be the landed cost can be added to the product's cost, and the product cost is updated. So here I have provided it as average cost, and I'm going back. And in the purchase module, I'm going to click on new, and I'm going to add the vendor. That is, I'm going to receive those product. So I've added the vendor, and I'm adding the product corner desk wood, and also I'm going to add the product office chair wood. And this will be 5, and let it be 3. Okay, so we can set the unit price over here. So I'm setting the unit price as 100, and let it be 50. Now I'm going to remove the tax for this product, and also we have to add the transportation. So this is the landed cost that will be applied. and the product cost can be, let's say for this product's transportation, we have the transportation cost is 100. Okay, now let's confirm the order and let's receive the product. So here we can see we are going to receive the two products. So first we have to perform the quality checks. I'm checking it. And next we'll be validating this transfer, that is the products will be received, and we have to make sure that we remember this transfer. And now we have to create a bill for this product. So now let's go to the accounting module. So in the vendors, we have the bills option, and I'm going to create a new bill. So let me add the vendor, and we can add the purchase order here so that the bill gets auto completed. So when we have added the purchase reference number, we can see that the invoice lines are auto populated with our products, and now we'll be able to see that we can create landed. Once we save this, we'll be able to see that we can create a landed cost based on this. So since we have a landed cost product over here, we can click on this create landed cost, and we can see that the product has been added over here. And in the transfers, we have to add the transfer for which we are going to apply this going to apply this landed cost to. So if we are creating this landed cost for multiple transfers, we can add those transfers over here. And also we can see that the product has been added, and in the split method, we can split the landed cost according to the quantity, current cost, weight or volume, or else we can equally split it. That is, we have two products, and if we have set equal, the product will be, or the cost will be equally split. That is, let's say here I've given equal, and let me compute this. And in the valuation adjustments, we'll be able to see that the original value for the transportation is given as for 50. For the product corner desk wood is 50, but after we have that is not 50. The original value is 500. That is, for that transfer our cost is 500 for the product, and we have split the landed cost equally, and we can see that 50 will be added to the original value, and the new value will be 550. And we can see that the additional landed cost that has been applied is 50, since the total cost was 100 and we have split it equally. And for both of the products, 50 has been applied, and the new value can be seen over there. And then we have the option to split it by quantity. So after applying the split method as quantity, let me compute, and in the valuation adjustments, we'll be able to see the additional landed cost that has been applied. That is, we have two products in our transfer, that is corner desk wood, which is we have 5 quantities, and office chair wood, 3 quantities. And over here we can see the additional landed cost has been applied as 62.50 for the first product, corner desk wood, and 37.50 has been applied as the additional landed cost for the product, office chair wood. So here we have set the split method by quantity. So let's see how the additional landed cost has been added. So we have given the total transportation cost as 100. So it has to be split to both of the product according to the number of quantity it has. So let's take the calculator. So over here we can see we have 5 quantities of corner desk wood. So let's give 5 into, and we have the total transportation cost as 100. 5 into 100, that is 500, and we have to divide this by the total number of quantities, that is 5 plus 3. So the total number of quantities in the transfer is 5 plus 3, that is 8. So we have to divide this by 8. So 500 divided by 8 we get the additional landed cost as 62.5, which is given over here. And this 62.5 has been added to the original value, and then we'll get the new value of the product. And similarly, next, for the product office chair wood, we have 3 quantities. So we have to give 3 into the total transportation cost, which is 100, divided by the total number of products, which is 8. So we can see 37.5. So for the next product, 37.5 has been added as the total landed cost. Additional landed cost. So this is how we can split the landed cost. And similarly, we have different split methods, such as the by current cost, by weight, and by volume. And now let's validate this. So we have validated the landed cost, and let's go back, and now we'll be able to confirm the bill. So this is how we can apply the landed cost to the product, and we can see the landed cost over here. So let's see how the product cost has been updated. And over here we can see in the valuation adjustments, the total new value of the product is 562.50, and we have received 5 quantities to our stock. So we can see value for one product will be 562.5 divided by 5. So we can see 112.5 should be the product's cost. So we can go to the customers, and we have the products over here, and let's search for the desk wood product. So we have the product, and we can see that the product cost is 112.5. That is what we have calculated. And similarly, let's go to the bills and the product. Yeah, the landed cost, and in the landed cost we can see that in the valuation adjustment for office chair, we have the new value as 187.50, and we have received 3 products. So 187.5 divided by 3. So 62.5 should be the product's cost. So we have the product over here, and let's go to the products, and we can search for the product office chair. Office chair wood, and we'll be able to see that the product's cost has been set as 62.50. So that is how we will be able to add additional cost to the product's cost using the landed cost method. So here we have the display lots and serial numbers on invoices. So I've enabled this, and if you're enabling it right now, we have to save that. And going back to the sales module, I'm going to create a new quotation. So I'll be adding the customer lights up, and he needs the product book. So for the lot and serial numbers to be displayed on the invoices, we have to make sure that the product is tracked by lots or serial number. That is, a lot or serial number has been applied for the product. So going to the internal link, we can find that the product book is tracked by lots. And I'm going back, and let me confirm this invoice. So I have confirmed the invoice, and I'm going to the delivery smart tab to complete the delivery. So I'll be validating the delivery. So the delivery has been validated. I'm going back to the sale order, and let me create the invoice for this. It's creating a draft invoice, and I'm confirming it. So now, after confirming the invoice, I'm going to print the invoice. So over here, we'll be able to find the invoice, and in the invoice, we can find that the serial number has been the lot number for the product book has been displayed on the invoice over here. So this is how we can display the lot and serial number on the invoices. I'm going back to the inventory module and configuration settings. Next, we have the option for advanced scheduling. And under the advanced scheduling, we have the replenishment horizon. That is, it defines how far in advance Odoo should look to trigger the reordering rules. That is, Odoo checks for the future demand within the number of days that we are providing over here, and then it creates the purchase orders or the manufacturing orders early in advance itself. That is, the replenishment happens uh, for the product, for the future demand of the products also, by looking into these many days in future. So we have given 365 days over here. So it will plan the replenishment for the demands up to 1 year in advance. And if you are giving it as 0, it will only it only orders when the stock is immediately needed. That is just in time. So that can be set over here. And then we have the days to purchase. So here we can provide the number of days that is needed to confirm a purchase order after it has been created. So it simply represents the internal processing time before a purchase order is finalized. So if we have provided it as a 0, the purchase order will be confirmed immediately. And next we have the security lead time for sales. So this option enables us to add an extra days so that there won't be any delays. So we'll be adding extra days to the delivery. That is, let's say we have set the customer lead time for a product as 10 days. So the delivery of the product will be scheduled 2 days before the deadline, according to the lead time that we are giving over here. So when we enable this, we'll be able to provide the number of days to move forward the expected delivery dates. So I'm going to give the security lead time for sales as 2 days, and let me save this. And after saving, I'm going to the products and clicking on new. And let me create a new product called I'm creating the product pencil. And let's put the on-hand quantity for the product. I'm adding the on-hand quantity. Let the product quantity be 10. So I've added 10 quantities of our product into the stock. And under the inventory tab, we have the customer lead time. So I'm giving the customer lead time as 10. That is when the product takes 10 days to reach the customer once the order has been confirmed. So I provided the customer lead time as 10. Saving the product, and let me go to the sales module. And I'm creating a new quotation. So adding the customer open word, and I'm adding the product pencil. So let's say we need 3 quantities, and I'm going to confirm the order. So in the delivery, we can see that the scheduled date for the delivery of the product is January 3rd. The deadline of the product is January 5th. So today's date is 26th, and I have provided the customer lead time for the product as 10 days. So the deadline for the delivery is after 10 days, that is January 5th. But we have scheduled the delivery 2 days before itself. That is, this delivery of the product will be scheduled on January 3rd, which is 2 days before the deadline, since we have provided the security lead time for sales as 2 days. So that's how the security lead time works. And going back to the inventory module, in the configuration settings, next we have the logistics, and under logistics we have the drop shipping and replenish on order. So we have already seen replenish on order. That is whenever there is a demand, or it allows make to order or automate the purchase order when the product is sold. That is, if the product on hand quantity is not there, we can enable this, and a replenish on order will take place based on the route that we have set. And next we have the drop shipping. So drop shipping means we can request the vendor to deliver the product directly to the customer. That is, when in drop shipping we won't be sending the products to the customer. Instead, the product will be drop shipped directly from the vendors to the customers. That is, there are so many advantages for drop shipping. That is, we'll be selling the products that we do not have in stock, and in that way we can save our space in the inventory, and we can expand our selling. That is, the product, if even though we are not storing the product with us, we'll be able to satisfy the customer's order. So I've enabled drop shipping over here, and in the configuration routes we have the drop ship route. So in the dropship, we can see that the action is set to buy and the operation type is dropship and the destination location is customer. So in the operation type dropship, we can see that the source location is vendors and the destination location is customers. Okay, now we have also set the applicable on product, so that we'll be able to choose this route from the products. Now let's go to the products, and let me just go to the pencil that which we have created. This is the product which we have created right now, and under the inventory we have the operations. Under the operation we have the dropship operation. So I'm enabling it and saving. Also, in this case, the product will be drop shipped to the customers directly from the vendors. That is, we won't be handling anything. So we have to make sure a vendor has been added. So I'm adding Anita Oliver, and the unit price is 10. So we can set the purchase lead time over here. So according to this, whenever we receive a product, or whenever we receive an order from our customers for the product pencil, a drop ship will be created to supply the product from the vendors to the customers. So let me save this, and now let's go to the sales module. New, and I'm adding the customer, and the product is pencil. So let the quantity be, so we have not okay, so I'm setting the quantity 10, and let's confirm the order. So we can see that as soon as we have confirmed the sale order, a purchase order has been triggered. That is, we need to purchase the product. We are purchasing the product from the vendor, and we are directly supplying the product to the customer. That is drop shipping. So I'm going to the purchase smart tab which has been generated over there, and we can see to the vendor that we have added, Anita Oliver, a purchase order has been triggered, and we can see deliver to drop ship. So we can confirm the order, and in the drop we have the drop ship smart tab, and in the drop ship smart tab we can see the source location as vendors and the destination location as customers. So once we validate this, the product will be taken from the vendors and it will be delivered to the customers directly. So in the purchase order, we'll be able to see that the drop ship has been made, and the supply of the product has been supplied to the customer through drop ship. And going back to the inventory, next under the configuration we have the categories. So let's go to the categories, and in the categories I'm going to select the product. I'm going to select furniture office, and in the costing method we have 3 costing methods, that is standard price, first in first out, and average cost. So costing method basically decides how the cost of a product is calculated when the stock moves occur, like when the purchase, sale, delivery or manufacturing happens. So based on the costing method that we have set here, the cost will be calculated for the product. And here we have three costing methods, that is standard cost, first in first out, and average cost as said. So in standard price, the product will have a fixed cost. The cost of the product will not change automatically even if the purchase price changes. And in first out, the cost of the goods sold is based on the earliest purchase price. That is, the oldest purchased stock is sold first, and the inventory value of the product is calculated based on that. And in the average cost also, the it is calculated with a new average. That is, whenever new product arrives with a new purchase cost, the product cost is calculated based on the price at which we receive the stock each time. So let's see how it works. So for that here we'll be able to set the costing method in the category of the product. And also we have the inventory valuation as a periodic and perpetual. That is, when the inventory valuation is set to periodic, the inventory valuation entries are suggested manually in the inventory valuation report. That is, when making the accounting entries for the inventory valuation of the product, the entries has to be manually suggested. And in case of perpetual, the accounting entries will be automatically generated in the accounting. That is, the valuation of the products will be automatically recorded, and real time entries will be made. So let's check how this costing method works. And we have set the costing method standard price for the product for the category furniture office. And I'm going to the product, and let me create a new product called wooden desk. So I'm adding the product wooden desk over here, and I'm tracking the inventory by quantity, and let me save the sales price as 500, and I'm giving the cost as, let's say let the cost be 100. And I'm going to set the category as furniture office, and let me save this. And now I'm going to receive the product to the stock. So for that, I'm going to create a purchase order. So let me go to the purchase module and click on new. And we can add the vendor and the product, that is desk, wooden desk. Wooden desk. And I'm going to receive 10 quantities of the product. So we can see the unit price has been set as 100. And while receiving the product, I'm going to set the unit price for the product as, let's say, 110 over here. So I'll be confirming the order, and let me receive the product. So the product has been received. Now let me go back to the inventory, and in the reporting we have the stock. So let me go to the stock, and let's search for the product. So over here we'll be able to view the valuation. That is, we have the product wooden desk, and the unit cost of the product is set to 100. That is, we have set the product's price as 100 in the product's form, and we have received 10 quantities of product. So we can see the total value has been set as 10 into 100,000. So again, I'm going to the purchase module, and I'm going to create a new purchase order. That is for the product wooden desk, and I'm setting the unit price as 120 this time, and I'm confirming the order and receiving the product. So going back to the inventory, reporting and stock, we'll be able to view that the unit cost is set to 100 itself, and the quantity on hand, we have received one quantity, and the total value is $1,100. And now from the sales module, I'm going to sell the product. So I'll be adding the product wooden desk and confirm. Let's click on the delivery and I'll be delivering the product. So once the product has been delivered, we can go to the report stock and let's see its valuation. So over here, since we have sold one product, we can see that the total value now has become 1000 and the unit cost is still 100. Since it is standard cost, the product price will be fixed and it won't change automatically. And now let's go back to the products. And I'm going to create a new product, that is wooden chair. And I'm going to set the category as furniture office and let me change the costing method to change the costing method to average cost. So I'm going back to the product and let me set the sales price as 500 for the product and let the cost price be 100. So we have set the cost price of the product as 100 for this. And let's go back to the purchase module. And I'm clicking on new and I'm adding the vendor. So I'll be receiving the product. So while receiving the product, I'm adding the unit price as 110 this time. And I'll be receiving 10 quantities of product for $110. And I'm confirming the order and receiving the product. Let's just check the pass. And going back to the inventory module and the products and the reporting stock, we can find that for the wooden chair, the unit has changed to 110. That is we have received 110 quantities of products. That is, we have just purchased 110 quantities of product for the value 110. So we can see that the unit cost has been changed to 110 over here and the total value is 110 into 110, that is $12,100. And now let me go back to the purchase module and let me create a new purchase order. So I'll be adding the product wooden chair and let the quantity be 10 and I'm setting the unit price as $150. Let me confirm the order and receive the product. So 10 quantities has been received for $150 and let me go back to the inventory and in the reporting we have the stock. So over here we can see that the unit cost has again changed. So first it was, we have set the unit price as 100 in the product form and then when we have purchased 110 quantities of product for 110 unit cost, the unit cost was changed, the product's cost was changed as 110 and now we have purchased 10 quantities of product for $150. So first we have seen that the let's take the calculator. So first we have purchased 110 products for $110 and the total value was 12,100 and now we have purchased 10 products for $150. So let's add that. So the total value can be calculated by adding the previous total value, that is 12,100 plus the values we have received now, that is 10 into 150. So this is the total value right now, that is 13,600, and the unit cost can be calculated by dividing the total value with the on-hand quantity. So the on-hand quantity is 120, so I'm going to divide it by 120, and we can see that the unit cost is set to 113.33. So this is how average costing method works. And next, when we sell the product, so let's close this, and I'm going to sell this product now. So going back to the sales module, and I'm creating a new quotation, and lights up, wooden chair. I'm going to sell 5 quantities of the product. I'm going to deliver the product now. I have validated the delivery. And let me go back to the inventory, and we have the reporting stock, and I'm going to check for the product. So here we can see that total value has been changed. That is, first the total value was 13,600, and now when we have sold 5 quantities of the product, the total value has decreased to $13,033.33. That is, we have sold 5 quantities of the product. So let's go to the calculator, and here 5 quantities of the product were sold, and the total value has been decreased by 115, which was the product's price, not 115, 113. 113.33 was the product price, and since 5 quantity has been decreased, we have to multiply by 5, and we get the value as 566.65. So this can be decreased from the total value, that is 13,600 minus 566.65. We get the value as 13,033.35, which is the value right now. That is, we have sold 5 quantities of the product, and the value has been decreased according to the unit price, that is 113.33 in the average costing. So let's go back to the products, and let me create one more product, that is wooden. I'm going to create the product wooden table. So I'm going to set the sales price for the product as 300, and let the cost price be 100. And I'm going to give the category for furniture office, and I'm going to set the costing method of this product as first in first out, and I'm going to save it. Okay, so let's go back, and I'm going to receive the product. So while receiving the product, we have to add the vendor, and I'm going to add the product table, wooden table. We can see the unit price has been populated as 100, but for now we are going to purchase 10 quantities of product for $120. So I'm going to confirm the order and receive the product and validate it. And next, let's go to the inventory module. And in the reporting stock, let's search for the product, wooden table. Over here, we can find that the unit cost is 120. That is, there were no stock in the product, and we have received 10 quantities of product for $120. So the unit cost has been set to $120, and we'll be able to see the total value is set to 100 into 120, that is $1,200. And now let me receive let me go to the purchase, and then we create a new purchase order for Gemini Furniture for the product table. And this time I'm going to purchase 5 products for $150. And let me confirm the order and receive the product. So going back to the inventory, we'll be able to see that in the reporting stock, we'll be able to see that the unit cost has been changed to 130. That is, the total cost earlier was 1200, and now the total cost, the total value in the inventory was 1200 earlier, and now we have received 5 quantities of product for $150. So we can view that the total value has been set to 1950, and the unit cost can be calculated by dividing the total value by on-hand quantity. So the on-hand quantity is 15. So by dividing the total value by the on-hand quantity, we will be getting the unit cost as $130. So this is how we'll be able to calculate the unit cost of the product. And now going back, we'll be selling the product. So before that, let me just check the total value of the product now, so that we will be able to understand it. So the total value of the product is 1950, and we have the unit cost as 130 right now, and the on-hand quantity is 15. So going back to the sales module, let me create a new quotation. So I'll be adding the customer, and I'm going to add the product wooden table. So let me I'm going to add the quantity as 5 and confirm the order. Once the order has been confirmed, I'm going to deliver the product to the customer. So that is, the product has been taken out from our inventory, and going back to the inventory and reporting stock, here we can see that the total value has been decreased to 1350. Earlier it was 1950, and we have sold 5 quantities of the product. So since the costing method has been set as first in first out, the products that are taken out first are the products which were taken in. That is, we have received 10 quantities of the product wooden table for $120. So while we deliver the product, that product, that is, which was received for $120, will be taken out first. So the value will be decreased accordingly. So we can see that the 5 quantities were taken out, which was purchased for $120. So 600 is the total value that should be deducted from the inventory. So earlier we know that the total value of the product was 1950, and now we have to deduct $600 since we have sold $5 from our inventory. So here we can see that the total value now will be reduced to 1350. That is, in the case of average costing, we have deducted when we have sold the product, that the value that were decreased from the inventory was multiplied by the unit cost which was at that time. But in first in first out, the product that were taken out will be multiplied by the cost in which it was taken into the stock. So over here we have the total value as 1350, and to get the unit cost, we have to multiply this total value by on hand quantity, which is 10. Sorry. We can divide 1350, we can divide the total value by the on hand quantity, and we get the unit cost, that is 135 over here. So this is how the costing method in Odoo works. So that's all about the costing methods. And now we have under the operations, we have the transfer. So we have already seen the transfers, receipts, deliveries, internal and deliveries. And in the internal transfer, we can see that we'll be able to transfer the products between our warehouse and also between our different locations in the warehouse. So we can add the contact, and here we can have set the source location as WH stock, and we can transfer the product from WH stock to, let's say we have to transfer the product to W2 stock. So we can add the product over here and validate. So once we validate, the product will be transferred from WH stock to W2 stock. So we can see the product, how the product were transferred. And in the manufacturing, we'll be able to produce the manufacturing orders. And then we have the drop ships, which we have already seen. That is, the product can be taken directly from the vendor's location to the customer's location. And next we have the physical inventory. That is, all the inventory adjustments that were made can be viewed over here in the physical inventory. And we can also assign a user to count the physical inventory. That is, if you want a user to count the product customizable desk, we can assign a user over here, and that user can count the inventory of the product. And next we have the scrap. That is, from this scrap we'll be able to create scrap orders. That is, like let's say we need to scrap the product customizable desk white, and if we need to replenish the quantities that were scrapped to the stock again, we can enable this replenish quantities, and we can provide a scrap reason over here. That is why we are scrapping the product. And if it is from any package, we can provide the package and also the owner. And once we validate, we'll be able to view that the product is transferred from WH stock to the inventory adjustment. That is, the product is scrapped. That's how scrapping is done. And next we have the landed cost, which you already discussed, and then we have the replenishments. In the replenishment here, we'll be able to view different replenishments of the product, and we can also set a rule over here. That is how the replenishment of a product should be done. So let me click on new, and let's say I'm going to add the product wooden chair that I've just created. So I'm going to set a rule for the replenishment of the product wooden chair. So its location is WH stock, and we have 115 quantities on hand. So, and also the forecast is calculated as the on hand quantity plus the incoming quantity minus the outgoing quantity. So we have 115 over here, and then we have the option to set the route. So how the product should be replenished, it can be set over here. So I'm going to set the replenishment as the replenishment route as buy for this product, and let's say a minimum 100 quantities. That is, we are setting minimum as 100 quantities, which means a minimum of 100 quantities should be there in the stock. That is, the product should be a minimum of 100 quantities of this product should be there in the stock. Otherwise, a replenishment can be triggered for the product. Then let's set the maximum as 200. That is, when a replenishment order is triggered, the quantity to order will be calculated based on the maximum that we have set here. So it will try to replenish the quantities to 200 quantities in the stock. So we have the two orders. Since we already have 115 product on hand, we can see two order is kept to 0. That is, no replenishment is needed for the product right now. So let me go to the sales. And I'm going to create a new product, new quotation for the product chair. Wooden chair, and I'm going to sell 20 quantities of this product. So let me confirm it. And I'm going to deliver 20 quantities of this product to the customer. So here we have delivered the product, and now going back to the inventory and in the operations and replenishment, we'll be able to see that the product's on hand quantity has been reduced to 95, and since the minimum was set to 100 and now the on hand quantity is below the minimum quantity that we have set, a replenishment will be triggered for the product, and we'll be able to see that two order has been set to 105. That is, two order is calculated as maximum minus the forecast, that is 200 minus 95, which we got as 105. So the replenishment will be triggered to take back the product's on hand quantity to the maximum quantity that we have set over here. And now when we click on order, we can see that a purchase order will be triggered for the product. So going back to the purchase module, we can see that the purchase order has been triggered for the product wooden chair for 105 quantities over here. And once we confirm the order and receive the product, we'll be able to view that the replenishment has been gone. That is, the replenishment of the product has been done, and the product's on hand quantity has reached above the minimum quantity that we have set. Over here, if we want to automate the replenishment, we can click on automate, and according to the rule that we have set, automatic replenishment of the product will occur. And we also have different different options, such as we can set the deadline, the company, the multiple to replenish in. So we'll be able to set the multiple over here. That is, we can set the units in the multiple, and then the replenishment will occur according to the multiple that we have set over there. The references, which shows all the references, reference numbers, and then we have the procurement run scheduler, which runs all the scheduled actions. And next in the reporting, we have the stock. So these are the complete stock that are currently available in our inventory. We'll be able to view the unit cost of the product. We have the total values of the product, then the on hand quantity, then how many products are free to use, and for each product we'll be able to view the incoming and outgoing. That is, these are the confirmed purchase orders, and for the outgoing we'll be able to see the confirmed sales order. And we'll be able to view the inventory at date, so we can add the date over here, and when we confirm it, we'll be able to view the inventory at that date. And next we have different filters, that is where here we have kept the filter as all warehouses, so we'll be able to view all the stock in the warehouse. And when we set it as warehouse 2 and warehouse 3, we'll be able to view the products accordingly. And then we have the categories over here, with which we'll be able to filter. And next, under the reporting, we have the location. So these are different locations in our company, and for each location we will be able to view the product, the package, its lot and serial number, the inventory quantity, its reserved quantity, etc. And next we have the moves history. So in the moves history, we'll be able to view the complete movements of the products that has happened, like the product wooden chair has been moved from the vendor's location to the shelf one. Like that, we'll be able to view the complete movement of the product along with its quantity over here. And this is the moves analysis of the product. That is for each month we'll be able to view the move analysis of products from in that warehouse or with that operation type. So we have different operation types over here, and we'll be able to view the total total movement, total quantities of the products moved with each operation types. And we can also add different measures like quantity, real quantity, the standard price can be added. Like that, different measures can also be added. So this is all about the inventory module. Hope you have got an idea how to use inventory module to enhance your business operations for better management of inventory, warehouse, location and all. And you can, for more clarification, you can connect us at odoo@cybrosys.com, and thank you for watching.